Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars. I don't have the music because I want to put this bot on Twitch. But thank you for joining us for the first episode of Rewrite Relay, episode 1 of Star Wars. I am joined by my wonderful friends, Claudia. Oh, sorry, the Joker. The Jokester.
Hey, I'm Claudia. She, her, plural, they, them pronouns. I am apparently the jokester now.
You can't say apparently, like you didn't literally seconds ago ask me to call you the jokester.
I was quoting hit 2019 film Joker.
You're right. I haven't seen it. You may have just heard the voice of my friend Lynn.
Being a bitch. That's a great introduction. Hi, I'm Lynn. I say the pronouns, and I'm a killjoy.
And then third on the list is my homie Juliet.
To see the Miro is I am Juliet. I use they and a variety of pronouns, and I'll kill you with joy. It's a great day to be alive.
Welcome, everyone, to our Miro board. As Juliet has invoked, we have a ton of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff to pull from if we want it. A lot of stuff we don't need to pull from. The only things that are important are the things that are here in episode 1, right here. Episode 1, which currently does not have a name, has 5 main characters. Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, Qui-Gon Jinn, Padme Amidala, and Darth Maul. It has 5 events that movie goes through. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn, 2 Jedi Knights, oversee a trade dispute that goes bad. The heroes are routed and have to get supplies from a local. A noble attempts the traditional routes for aid and is failed by them. Anakin leaves his mom to join the Jedi. This is not traditionally the way it happens. And then someone is killed by the villain at the behest of Darth Sidious. There are 3 quotes. It's working. It's working. There's always a bigger fish. And your Republic credits are no good here. Somebody's going to lose an arm in this. We spent many, many nights going over all these movies and writing out their plots, writing out the quotes. And let me tell you, for some of the sequel trilogy, it gets very difficult. And each character has 3 character traits. In short, for you, the listener, what we are going to do is we are going to go into this and we are going to start taking big scissors to this entire movie. To start, we get to look at the character traits here for the 5 main characters, and together we get to get rid of 1 trait from each person, and then we get to remake it. So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to draft? Do we each want to pick one, or do we want to try to pick together?
Sorry, wait. Rewind like 10 seconds.
Yeah, rewind.
We're starting with one character and then going from there.
Each
rewriting
character has 3 character traits. We get to kill one of their character traits and replace it with a new thing that we have written. So, like, I could say Qui-Gon Jinn is not Obi-Wan's Jedi Master and Teacher. I could delete that.
This is not how I expected this to go.
And
I really do. Yeah.
Riley, do you want to establish the rules?
Yeah. Sorry, that's why I was verbalizing. I apologize. I was establishing the rules bit by bit instead of overall. Which let me do that really quickly for the listener. I'm going to just read off my sheet. Each Star Wars movie has been broken into 5 plot beats, 3 quotes, and a small list of main characters. Each week, a group will gather up, remove 2 of the plot beats, and add 2 new ones. They have to include each main character, at least 2 side characters, and use all 3 quotes and cut off an arm or appendage of a character. Each character has been broken down into traits. The amount of these change based on where the movie sits in the trilogy. Episodes 1, 4, and 7 get 3 traits and then get to remove and remake 1. They also write 1 for the next movie to use. Episodes 2, 5, and 8 get 2 traits, delete 1, and rewrite 2. They then rewrite 2 traits for the next movie. Episodes 3, 6, and 9 get 1 trait, the 2 left written by the last movie, and write 1 themselves. There's a list of side characters that you must choose at least 2 of to include. For your convenience, a mess of names and faces that we are calling Glup Shadow Tower exists to the left of that. None of these guys are main characters, but you can put them in if you want. or make your own guy. Anything is chill, but you're the only person who cares about Sebulba, and someone else will probably make him do something completely different. We're allowed to pull from EU, from old legends, from like OCs, anything. Does that all make sense?
I don't think
Oh,
we're
it
the
is
only
so
ones who care about
dangerous.
Sebulba. Like, he did date Taylor Swift.
He did date Taylor Swift, you're right. And that's important in our
What?
universe.
You did
Gonna do
what?
a quick scan of Glupshido Tower here just to kind of show it off to the audience, just so they can see the whole thing. Now, as far as the getting rid of one character trait for each character and replacing it, do we want to? Oh yes, Lynn.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So let's say,
Mhm.
hypothetically,
Yeah.
I wanted to change this character trait.
Yeah.
And I very specifically just wanted to do something like this.
That
Is this-
works. Honest to God, that works.
Here's just like I'm just
You
sort
can
of
verbalize it, yeah.
Yeah. Say what you wrote. Say what
the
you
young
wrote.
lover. Instead of the young Padawan of Qui-Gon Jinn, the young lover of Qui-Gon Jinn. Here's just like my question. Does this count as replacing a trait?
That is a throw it away and remake it. Yes. So we can do it. You can
I
pick
don't
Obi-Wan
like that.
Kenobi, and then if I'll let Claudia and Juliet go next, and then I will pick one that we all decide on the last one together. If that is how we want to do it, Claudia, Juliet, does
Sure.
that sound good to you?
It does. The things that I have a pitch for Obi-Wan. It doesn't it's not in contravention of any of these things. It would just be like adding a post-it note to the side and being like,
Interesting.
he's from this place.
Well, you can
Does that
still
make
say
sense?
that. These aren't the only 3 facts about the person. These are just
Sure.
what we're taking in. So like
Gotcha.
we could still add that he's from Space Jersey.
Gotcha. Then I think I'm going to select Darth Maul of these groups. If we had different characters here, I would be selecting somebody else. But if these are the main characters,
They are, and this is where the important part of the bottom of the rules, which is we are doing this together as friends, no darling will survive, has to be, because I have to hold your hand and just pray that you don't.
in part because I have such a pitch for Darth Maul that I worry it's going to be in contravention. Like, I have things I would change for Anakin, but
You are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not married to anything. I'm happy if like you have a pitch right now. Pitch it.
Yeah,
What is
honestly.
it? What do you want to do?
Let's hear it.
here's my short starting list.
Mhm.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is originally from Naboo.
Okay. So these what you're doing is you are pitching a list of ideas of like, here are places I would want to go. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Here are
I'm down-
things
I'm
I
down
think
for that.
they can help us evolve to interesting like character themes and like questions about like staying and going and how you change and like what do you learn of the place that you came from, stuff like that. The biggest swing, which I have a lot of supporting material for, but I think none of you are ever going to see coming, is Shmi Skywalker, or Shmi is Darth Maul.
Okay. I have to open my mind, and I have to accept you into my heart. Say more on this pitch.
Okay. It has to do with like what I think would be a good kind of core of the movie, and things like that. And I don't think this is revealed until a decent of the way through. But whoever Qui-Gon's master was, whether we want to keep that Dooku, whether we want to make it Yoda, whether we want to do something else entirely, whatever, had a relationship of some sort with Shmi, and refused to actually train her in actual Jedi stuff.
Okay.
And so she pulled what she could from from things and then became kind of a weird blunt instrument assassin while also being a loving mother. And it's part of why Anakin is now like this child who's very good at fighting and different things like that. And the like reveal partway through of this terrifying figure also being like this loving mother who we saw in other scenes. That's yeah, that's
I like
a
that.
opening.
I'm writing that down so we can have that on the board.
I would like to make.
You have a good idea, Claudia.
I would like to make my pitch for a change to Anakin.
Yeah.
That I think might complement Juliet's idea. I want to change. He's never seen the world outside of his home to be that he is incredibly well traveled because of his slavery. Like he's slave to a trading ship.
Oh. Okay.
So he is away from his mother a lot.
Okay. Yes, Lynn.
No. Claudia, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like not in love with Maul is me.
I like the idea of Shmi having assassin Shmi cooks for me. I think there is something there. Maul is a character that I'm very attached to, and I'm trying to separate that in my brain because that's a guy I could just use elsewhere. Then you know what I mean? Like Maul could be somewhere else. Like the person I know as this Zabrak is a different guy. But like yes, please.
I think that there is a way to do this, right? Where Shmi is this assassin character, while also keeping Maul as a really direct antagonist.
Can I? Is there a world in which we can pull Shmi in? Who I didn't even put her in the side characters. What am I doing here? Shmi.
Yeah, she's not even.
I'm not asking. You didn't even put Jar Jar in the side characters, and he's way too much.
He's like there. You're right.
I don't know that any of us are pulling on him, but like, it is funny that at least one of the Hutts is in the side characters.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if we need to use two side characters, we could just use Shmi as like one of our side characters. That's an easy solution for us that allows us to like have this pitch and also get to keep our blorbo.
I like the idea of having Shmi as your plot for Shmi rules. It does cook for me. And I think we could. Yeah, what do you want? You have an evil in you, I can tell.
Okay. I'm going to give my Qui-Gon line, which is Qui-Gon Jinn has a legendary weapon, lightsaber, which I have in my like shorthand notes suggested the name should be the Emerald Fate, which Shmi has a totally not legendary weapon that she like literally put together from scraps from this other Jedi Master, which makes it this like weird, unwieldy, terrible like red saber, which I have in my notes shorthanded as the Carmine Fate.
Now, what would that be in replacement of for his 3 traits?
It possibly isn't necessarily a replacement. This might just be a thing that I'm suggesting.
I like the idea of replacing it. Here's the thing: if we were to take a defiant man who believes in prophecy, which is like a core tenet of Qui-Gon, remove that from him and give him the bearer of the Emerald Fate, a legendary gold rank lightsaber. I love a legendary sword. I think Star Wars could use a Soul Edge, like genuinely. And if one of the things we're doing here at the beginning is making a legendary weapon that becomes cursed or like is passed through things and making it actually a real weapon and not one of 47 Anakin lightsabers, I think there's something to that in a very real way.
Speaking of Anakin lightsabers, another part of my pitch is that 90% of the movie, Anakin is in possession of this lightsaber.
Of the fancy lightsaber. Okay.
of specifically Qui-Gon's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me hit some quick questions here. First off, to
please.
Claudia, what other facts or thoughts did you have coming in that you want to get on the board as ideas we move with?
I didn't come into this with anything. I came in with no expectations.
That's fair.
Though since pre-stream, I've now decided that I would like to opt for maybe replacing Jar Jar Binks with this apparently plural horse.
Yeah, I think yes, we can. Jar Jar Binks is gone. Hoas Ekwesh is in. I think
if other people are interested in that, I don't want to overrule anyone if you like Jar Jar.
Is anyone in this chat married to Jar Jar Binks? He does. Now this does not count as one of our side characters because he was in Club Shadow Tower, but he could be. Jar Jar wasn't listed in side characters. We can have our comic relief character be Hoas Ekwesh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Lynn, do you have things that you would like to see more attention to from our main characters or things like that?
Yeah. I think that my pitch on Young Lover Obi-Wan, I stand by it. I stand by the fact that Obi-Wan is sexually flexible, and we should.
I think that's important. First off, I don't think you need to change anything to make that true. I think that is Obi-Wan. However, if the important thing, if one of the main things for this movie is that Obi-Wan is the young lover of Qui-Gon Jinn, I support that change happening there.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I also think like if we wanted, we could do this two ways. We could do lover here, we could do lover up there. I think that there's two.
Wait, two people.
There's two vectors
here. I like changing the Obi-Wan one, because I think like, the Qui-Gon one about Obi-Wan like reflects the Jedi component of it in a way. And I do. Yeah. I think sorry, go on. Sure. I think that the reason that I would want to change this specifically, not only do I just think that there should be more sex in Star Wars in general, just fundamentally.
Are they wrong?
I don't know. Am I wrong? But I also think that it provides a lot of really, really interesting energy for Obi-Wan if like his lover is killed at the end of this film. Yeah. And he's just constantly telling Anakin, "Don't fuck people.
Don't fall in love. Don't do it.
Don't do it."
You know what? I'm actually really for that. I think.
Can we start making our changes to the sticky notes?
I want to get a couple things out first, really quickly. For Darth Maul, I want him not to die. That's kind of a hope that I have moving forward.
Yeah.
Also, like,
well, you see, in the extended universe, he didn't actually die.
I don't try, babe. I know. I think about him all the time. I think yes. Let's make some changes. I think the young lover of Qui-Gon Jinn. Are we all happy with that?
Yeah. With really quickly with Maul not dying, I'm assuming that is something that we change when in episode 1. Like the yellow stickies.
Yes, once we start flowing, the yellow stickies come next as we start pathing.
Okay, great.
Pathing our story together.
Yeah. Okay, great.
For Qui-Gon here, I love the Emerald Fate. I love a gold tier weapon. I want to push for the Emerald Fate to get added onto here. Or if we have other name ideas, I'm down. But I love the idea of a legendary lightsaber.
Yeah, I think that it's an interesting replacement for a defiant man who believes in prophecy with something about, like, what's special about the Emerald Fate? What's the big deal?
It could be a nexus of the Force. There could be 12 weapons made by a sabersmith that connect directly to the Force. There could be it could be a situation where you have it. There is a sentience within it. The how to make these blades are lost, but there's a motherfucker in the sword is a way to do it. You could have it. amplify things. There are many such cool things we could do with a legendary sword.
Yeah. No, that's
all
what I'm
very
like trying to get
possible.
at.
The one that I've been thinking, I'm very open to other reasons for this, is it makes you, or it lets you kind of see the future just a little bit more easily. Like you can react to things
precog
very quickly. Yeah, exactly. You have that kind of like force thing that lets you easily block things, easily move to be in the right place and stuff. That is also something that seems to come from a great deal of like force meditation and just like experience. And it's like, oh, this can kind of shortcut you or amplify you. It's really, really good at getting you in touch with that. Because then ideally, when we see Anakin with it, Anakin's just like the wizard, like he's just like so incredible. And then it's like, oh, but what can beat having a legendary weapon and being so young and just like naturally skilled at this? And then the question of like, okay, is it one of these other things? Is it Qui-Gon just being able to know?
Can I get
that's
so here's something that I'd like to like talk through.
Yes, please.
Here is that one of the great ironies of the Jedi, just in general, is that they are consistently saying we're a peacekeeping force.
Yes. And that they keep that thing on them.
And then they keep lightsabers hanging out. And
Enhanced
so I'm wondering how much of the Jedi do we want to just like continually be these like monk style hypocrites, or are we like really with this? It specifically says to me that we're like fully embracing these guys are like an extracurricular mercenary force that just do whatever the fuck they want.
I'm kind of here for, this is the first movie we can just formally change things. What if there are 30 Jedi?
Okay. Comma.
Why would that?
That's also such a good pitch. The thing I was thinking in response to Lynn's stuff is, part of the start of the movie is Qui-Gon is here to wherever that is, to like put the sword away, to like be like, hey, I'm giving up. Yeah, it's like, hey, I've studied enough war. Now it's time. I've meditated. I'm coming to like a sense of peace, giving the sword up. My original thought is like, he's coming to Naboo. He's going to give the sword to his old friend, representative of Naboo to the Galactic Senate, Rugor Nass. They can have like a Dexter Jetster sort of old friend
like energy. I hear you.
Sort of thing. It's like, oh, here's going to be a safe place to store this magic sword, and then it's like,
okay,
there's all of the other
I want to come
like,
back to the legendary weapons. I want to come back to the Jedi. I like the Jedi as a extracurricular mercenary group. I like them as a much smaller number because I think that makes the extracurricular mercenary group work and like in a interesting way. One of the things I want to
monk-esque.
Yes,
while being an
I think still. I don't think they're warlike. I like their like that they are a religious group, but I like them smaller in this way. I think that does.
Hi, voice of God coming in here.
Yes.
I heard Claudia start to say something, and I would like to go back to that, please.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I don't remember what it was, to be honest.
So valid.
Heard. Wanted to make sure that he didn't get overlooked.
You are... Matt, we have a moderator on staff to make sure we don't do that. Thank you, Mac. One thing I want to talk about here that we haven't talked about yet.
Wait. Before we move on,
please.
I do like the lightsaber. I do like the precog, specifically like with the battle sense idea, because that is like a fundamental like Jedi power you can learn when you get like super high powered. I read about it in one of my fics. Anyway. I'm gonna drop that one.
We all know battle meditation. We know her.
We know battle meditation. But I do like the idea that like if all of these legendary swords are specifically tied, and I don't know if we need one of.
Yeah, I put a number on there just because I love numbers, but I'm down.
But I do really like this idea that like there are these like legendary Jedi artifacts that are maybe not like all specifically lightsabers,
Oh, yeah.
but these legendary Jedi artifacts that enhance or are specifically made to embody one of the like great high level Force Jedi disciplines.
Okay. I'm very here for that. I like that idea. I think one of a few legendary Jedi artifacts. I think right now the ideas about the Jedi are good. I think we have Anakin. I agree with where you replaced that, Claudia.
Yeah, I would also like to suggest that we finish up our last two characters here and then move into the actual plot. Since we've been going for like half an hour already.
You're so
and
right.
We're kind of getting stuck up on all the little details.
You're absolutely right. We have to truck forward. Padme Amidala, we have not talked about. We have not spoken her name. We have not brought her into this. An unassuming Nomo who has to act above her age at all times, has a squad of look-like bodyguards, wears traditional royal clothes and makeup. I think one thing we can do for Padme, one of my guts is that like I know you have Boss Nass as a senator in your heart, Juliet. We could already promote her, like she's already queen. We could already promote her to senator as well and be active on the galactic scale. We could also not change anything if we don't want to here. We could have her have a understanding of the Force as well. There are a lot of ways we could take her as like our reference point in the movie for how a person views these wandering soldiers if we wanted to. Her family could have been killed by Jedi.
Yeah. Any of these could be true. I'm going to give my Padme pitch really quick because I was trying to think of what would make Padme particularly interesting. Because I was thinking a lot about the specific fight scenes that I'd be like wanting that there'd be like thematic. Anyways, and what could be really interesting opposite these Jedi or people who are doing very Jedi-like things. And I was thinking about the bodyguard she has. And so my pitch is Padme plus 3 bodyguards. So there's 4 of them, including her. And each of the 3 bodyguards have like a signature weapon that they fight with.
Them, yeah.
Except Padme, whoever is like being the queen, has to at all times have all 3 of those signature weapons with her. That way, like when Sabe is stepping in, it's Sabe's like blaster.
So you're suggesting are you suggesting they're all queen in that way? Like they are a 4-person being 1 person?
That's what I was just about to pitch on. I think that's I think that like giving them weapons is cool. But I do like the idea that like there are 4 young women who are queen.
Are they elected?
And it's like I think they're elected as a plurality, elected as a system.
I do love plurality in systems here.
A real like we are queen moment.
Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about and this may or may not make any sense at all, but being queen in the like Amidala way as kind of akin to like mexploitation.
Fascinating sentence.
One sec. Wait. I think that we were trying to replace this.
Oh,
this
yes.
one.
Sorry. I replaced the fashion. I apologize. One moment.
Yeah. Fashion's great.
Fashion space. Oh, fuck. Got it.
Nailed it.
I like that. I think we can get more into her eventually. We are going to need 2 other names if we want to roll with Padme and Sabe, or 3 names if Padme is the name of the queen and 4 people have names. Darth Maul finally.
I do like the idea that it's Padme Amidala and then Padme Sabe, Padme.
Oh, it's
anyone else.
It's a first. Ooh. That's
good.
They assume a collective first name, and each of
the Padme
still say that's
it's
very familiar with that idea.
This is awesome. Okay, for Darth Maul, Juliet, I love your idea of Shmi. I want to keep Shmi as having this previous tryst with Qui-Gon. I want Maul in here.
But Shmi didn't have a tryst. I mean, Shmi could have had a tryst with Qui-Gon, but with Qui-Gon's master. And so Qui-Gon having to reckon with like, hey, I'm a good person, I think.
But Yoda was wrong.
What if the person who trained me wasn't a good person? And like, you know, the classic saying, it's your father's fault that the curse got placed and the place got cursed in the first place?
No, but I've heard that just now.
So it's an Into the Woods bit that seems applicable to nearly every piece of media. Anyways, that's just my thought for that. And that way, Qui-Gon isn't just like, hey, I recognize you. It's like, no, I've never heard of you. Wait, it's weird that I've never heard of you because we both appear to have, you know, I'm sorry that these things happen to you.
My change for Maul would be to remove strong silent type and to make him more of a scheming vizier as he is in everything else besides episode 1. This is an easy change. This is not something that I'm like, and this is my great inversion of everything. This is just, I want him to be a scheming vizier who can kill people in the first one.
Or he can be like Peter Parker and just make a lot of quips all the time as he fights. And we can make him the most annoying character possible.
Hey, don't ruin my life.
I think Obi-Wan should be our quips character.
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Sounds like there's some darlings.
Sounds like, no, stop, no, my darlings. I'm sending them over here. I sacrificed 4 other people.
I mean, I think that it's less about darlings and more about like what will encourage interesting storytelling.
I know.
In the next few episodes.
I'm just being an okay. For no reason.
I do like that he's sort of a scheming vizier type. I also want him to make want to make him a homosexual.
I think that's easy. I think that comes after Maul, after somebody kills Qui-Gon. That's where that is, you know, we can get into the weird
I also
psychosexual.
I do have one. I like this and I'm willing to go with it happily go with it. I do have like one extreme pitch.
I'm ready. No, we're listening to extreme pitches. I'm ready.
Extreme Darth Maul pitch is Darth Maul. No, it's not as extreme as Shmi. He still stays Darth Maul. Instead of Darth Maul, my pitch here is
Paul Maul. Padawan Maul.
Good guy Darth Maul.
In the crew.
Yeah, he's like Mace Windu's Padawan.
I like it.
Wild. And that still works with something I'm going to suggest is maybe Shmi isn't Darth Maul because women can't be Jedi Masters or Darths.
We build that in Jedi.
Can I make a suggestion for the for the lesser Sith then, if we're going with good guy Darth Maul?
Yeah.
There is somebody who has been suggested in the past to have some questionable alliances.
Yeah, it's Hoha Equus, right?
No, Hoha Equus is a perfect person and also would get along with Padme because of the whole elected as one unit kind of thing.
I'm not married to this pitch. I just sort of wanted to put it out there and verbalize my desires.
I think it's cool because it's a better and it's a bigger pull than I'm doing. And frankly, scheming vizier who's training under Mace Windu.
Sick.
I like good guy Darth Maul.
Any version of good guy Darth Maul or works with is a Jedi Darth Maul. Is he still a villain?
I think he's an antagonist.
Is he a main character in this film?
He is a main character.
Yes, I mean he's a main character in this film. I think it's one of those things where I think he's still an antagonist. I think that when the Jedi are so much smaller, the different views of what a Jedi is become much like the chasms are much deeper. So I think that there's a lot to build up there where it's like, you know, Maul doesn't like what Qui-Gon Jinn is doing, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that's my big pitch is that, and also he and Obi-Wan are buddies.
Then
anyway,
right now, I have gone in. Then I'm scrolling down episode 1. We have established our
Yeah.
characters and the differences.
Mm.
Let's come down here to the events of the fucking movie, and let's pick 2 of these things that don't exist anymore.
Oh boy.
2 changes we will be making to the plot. This one, I want kind of everyone to take a look at them. We've read them out loud. Is there anything that anyone is being pulled towards to start?
Like a plot we're being pulled towards to use, or a plot we're being pulled towards to eliminate?
To eliminate, which I guess we don't have to. We don't have to just we could go through, we could start with one, start moving out and telling the story, and then saying, oh, are we moving towards this plot point? Or like, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this in instead. Like, we can, do we want to start framing out the movie first?
I think we should start framing out the movie and start talking about
agree.
plot.
Then in that case,
but really quickly.
Yeah. Paddle them all. Yep. Perfect. I am going to
Padme's Amidala.
that. Yeah. Thank you. That was the other part.
Can I make a?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Hold on, I got it.
I screwed up the spacing.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I think because it was.
But we know what you're doing.
Plural
Yeah,
on the boo
sick.
goes crazy. Right now, I am going to pull in the event down to here into our vertical space. We're going to be working downwards as we go. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, 2 Jedi Knights oversee a trade dispute. It goes bad. I think that's a fine place to start here. Our implications of having Maul in this movie mean that we are going to be running into him, but we don't need to start with him. And so what I want to do first is, where is my little tech? I just want a text box. It's already the right size. Thank you. Okay. I want to start with, like, they're going to break a trade dispute. I think that's fine. I think to explain it more, a Jedi, is Obi-Wan a Jedi? Is he a trainee? Like, is it you have to reach the level, or are you like...
He's a Jedi, he's not a Jedi Master. They're like 30 Jedi Masters, and the ones who aren't, like, what makes something a pile? The Sorority's paradox, right? Or if somebody else has a different feeling about that, I feel like it's not as important to answer right at the top, but
totally fine. Are we fine with Naboo as the planet?
First five minutes.
What was that?
If I have a pitch for the first 5-ish minutes or so,
I'm down to hear it. If you got something locked in, I was just gonna start typing.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'm following it.
So you open on something very similar to the Phantom Menace's real opening, with like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi on a ship in orbit, looking down on Naboo. Be mindful of the present. But part of it is Qui-Gon Jinn being like, "This is one last job. One last job before I put this sword down. Like, we're going down there.
Is the implication that he's gonna give it to Obi-Wan, or he's hanging up the legendary weapon and not letting Obi-Wan have it?
I think the latter. I think the latter. Open to other ideas, but like, hey, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna see the governor of Naboo, Boss Nass, everyone's favorite Ankara Gungan diplomat, who can really be useful early on in the movie as a different shape and size bodies are good, to contrast with stuff like the Hutts or things like that. And whatever they're doing in orbit, they get an ambush-ish thing with droids, but 2 things get the Jedi safely past the droids in like 2 feed where these negotiations are happening and stuff, within like the first 5 minutes of the movie. And those 2 things are the Emerald Fate. We can show off
the cool lightsaber
with a lightsaber. And the second one is like things Obi-Wan remembers from his childhood on Naboo. Like,
I like Obi-Wan being from Naboo. I think that's cool. I think having him have a place is interesting, and this being a kind of coming home does cook for me. One thing I want to I want to ask, as we are, still in the as we're still in the ship, in that early scene of the them looking down on, presumably through a bedroom window onto Naboo, to the Transferosteel there. I want to know how Obi-Wan feels about not getting the sword. Like, does he give a shit? Is there something that's like, why don't you trust me with this? Or is it like I wouldn't want that responsibility? Where do we think that lands with him?
Oh, Obi-Wan, I feel, has always been this, kind of ambitious character.
Uh-huh.
And I still think he is, right? So I think that there is a part of him that's just like, well, I want the legendary artifact.
Yeah.
I want the legendary artifact. And also this man in a position of authority in relation to me. There are religious reasons that you'll come to understand later. Like I think one,
I love that.
A little is being Jedi full of BS and just making up stuff to justify your own position in power, or are there religious elements that I am still not matured into? I think is a question I would suggest, and especially coming back home. Am I better off now than if I had just stayed on Naboo and never met Qui-Gon? Has a thing for him to go, wait, no, it was good for me to become a Jedi. My fears were allayed. I don't know. That would be a suggestion for how he, building off of being young lovers in addition to the stuff.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the most awkward pillow talk ever, where he's like, "So, Daddy, why don't I get the sword?"
Not the daddy.
And it just be you'll understand one day, you haven't reached the level of Jedi Master. You don't have.
So Qui-Gon's gonna put it magically. He's gonna put it in religious No, it's the equivalent of Estraven saying, "Each man must cast his own shadow in the left hand of darkness." You know what I mean?
I want to be standing over you for the rest of time. If you had this, you would never be more than my second.
Yeah. You must find your own way if you are to be a true Jedi, a master of the Force and all that goes with it. You must learn to walk your own path and cut your own way as well. A thing. Something like that. I like Qui-Gon Jinn, whatever other changes we're making, still doing
still speaking in this large way, this I am seeing it from such a spiritual level that you can't even begin to wrap your head around. I like that a lot. I agree with you. I think that bangs. I think I like it being oh, sorry, man, you're just not level 5 Jedi yet, so you just don't get it. You just don't get the spiritual level of this.
Are we still doing the trade dispute?
I think there's a trade dispute on the planet. I think they're called it, but maybe it's not a trade dispute. Maybe we maybe that's the one we toss. Maybe they're here. Why are they? I guess they're here to talk to one of Qui-Gon's old buddies before
and off this sword. But I feel like they could be, oh, here, it's one last job. There's a thing with the Hutts are trying to do a thing. We get Padme there because she's there to represent the land side, the human side of Naboo for these trade negotiations. And then
I think that this one we stay same, right? Easy to put this in. And then this is the one that we specifically.
We cannot route them and have the whole thing take place on Naboo more.
Right. Exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an easy way to just dive more into what we've already created.
So one of the things that are happening here is it is one last job. Qui-Gon had whoever the council are, if there's a council or if there's one sole leader of the Jedi, somebody gave this job to Qui-Gon of there is a political issue happening on Naboo. There is, and is it as and it needs a mediator there because it is there are factions that are butting heads. And we can do this is the separatists. We haven't said anything about the separatists or the Republic Fleet yet. This is as far as we know, completely separate of that. But we are working in a space of is there somebody who is demanding tribute from both the Gungans or I guess from Naboo, and its local leaders are coming together to try to figure out their response to it, and somebody has called in a Jedi to come hang out and like oversee it? Or what is the...
I think that makes total sense. I think if we want to reduce the number of elements necessary, we could just make this the Hutts. This could just be like the kind of trade influence trying to do stuff. And then if we ever need to go to Tatooine for stuff, we don't have to like accidentally crash a ship to get there.
Yeah.
And as part of that, like, hey, I don't know, pick literally any character you like, Bib Fortuna or somebody else is sent to do these negotiations. Oh, who happens to be his like servant staff with him? But Shmi and just Anakin, or Shmi and Anakin as like, we're just normal servants and everything. And then since they're there, other stuff happens. I would recommend they try to steal Emerald Fate, but people think it's an assassination attempt on Padme. I think that's a fun next escalation point.
Let's go in order a little bit more.
Yeah.
I will go to bat for the Republic and the Separatists.
Cool.
I think changing. I'm happy to change a lot, but I think changing too much really throws a ton of stuff into a tailspin.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm down with having Republican separatists. No, the dreaded Sis, exist in Star Wars. The Confederacy of Independent Systems, as we all know.
Yeah. So I think that's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn go to see a trade dispute. And I think that something like we can just put this in a note here.
Yeah.
On Naboo or on they're on Naboo, right?
Yeah, they're on Naboo. They're looking down at Naboo when they start here. I think.
Great.
Do we want to just follow the plot as it stands of there is a blockade and they are sent to break it? Or is it a more passive thing of they roll in and want to discuss on planet side?
I think a blockade makes more sense as to why you would want a Jedi involved.
Gotcha.
I think that there's also... Wait, so Anakin's from Naboo, right?
We haven't said where Anakin's from yet. We've said Anakin...
No, but I mean like in the canon.
Oh,
Anakin's from Naboo. He's from Tatooine. Okay, so why don't we just all put this on Naboo? Why are we going to Tatooine? This is dumb.
Well, so far we're not, because we have right now with the Anakin being right now, one of the changes we made to Anakin are he is constantly being moved around on these ships. He is part of a moving ship. Instead of being tied down to Tatooine, he is now mobile. So we could have, like Juliet was saying, the Hutts come in a situation where like the Hutts are being hired by maybe the Separatists in this, or maybe the Republic, and we're brought in by the Separatist side. That part's not even said, but Anakin's reveal is in there, in like one of these groups that do partake in slave labor have Anakin available and there, and that is where we meet him.
Sure. Okay. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, 2 Jedi oversee a trade dispute. It goes bad.
And the dispute of the blockade being you are blocking trade gets it done. And like it is the Padme and the governor who have called in the Jedi to say, can you break this shit up?
I think that's fine. I think that what I'm trying to do is to kind of define where we're going with the sort of genre beats that we are looking for. And it feels like we want to kind of, for me, it feels like a lot of the stuff on Tatooine is, possibly wasting time.
We don't have to go to Tatooine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out do we want to go to Tatooine? I guess, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was just going to say the only reason Tatooine is really in the Phantom Menace is because you're supposed to point and go, oh, and like Luke is from Tatooine. I know Tatooine.
Yeah.
And I suppose to set up the fact that Luke has an uncle in in
Sure.
Tatooine later. Yeah. I think one thing we could also say as we're starting the story is if we go to Tatooine, maybe that's like Act 2, or maybe that's like Act 3 or something, or not appearing in this movie, but we're not worried about rushing there because we now have a reason to bring the characters that were on Tatooine to Naboo and keep our location.
As far
more
as
in
I'm
mind.
concerned, there's no
Sure.
reason to go to Tatooine. I cannot think of a reason to go. Like, genuinely, I think with our setup here, we have enough stuff and intrigue happening on Naboo that I think we can kind of cook here. Because the reason they go to Tatooine is because they want to go to Coruscant, and because they need to get they need to talk to the Senate about help, which we can still do, but isn't currently on our list. And so one of the things we could do, which I guess is the third one.
Oh, okay.
Is the
I
noble
have-
attempts the
I
traditional
have a
routes.
pitch.
Yeah, hit me.
I have a pitch. We'll rewrite this. The heroes are routed and have to get supplies
Yeah, I
from
agree.
local.
That can
And
go.
it's I think that like my pitch here to sort of keep everything is that like the queen of Naboo
Mhm.
holds a massive like camp, like a summit.
Okay.
So instead of everyone like trying to go to Coruscant, everyone trying to go to these other places, we're like, no, everyone comes here and we're going to talk this shit out.
Everyone gets in. Like, we are gonna. Okay, if you want to blockade us, then we need to. Then we are bringing everyone here. We are having.
Yeah.
We will have a communication around it, because Naboo is it's like not a planet with a heavy military. I think is interesting still. I still think that is
Sure.
something. And I think them
Yeah.
going like, all right, nope, we're all talking this. We're talking through it. I'm not getting involved in whatever the fuck is happening here. Like, y'all come
Yep.
in. They're not a Republic planet.
Yeah.
They're not a separatist planet. They are separate of it. And
And I think that's like, I think that's an easy way to solve this problem. Keep everything on Naboo, and especially with like Anakin and Shmi being sort of a little bit more mobile.
mhm.
It is very easy for all of us to just like go to Naboo and have this sort of like palace intrigue plot happening there.
Mhm.
And it also sets up like, okay, this is why Padawan Maul and Mace Windu are there. This is why all of these people are there. They're put into this pressure cooker where they're like, we have to solve this, or like war is going to start out in the palace.
So okay. So if Maul, because Maul, I think that like there's a traditional trade. We send the Jedi in to do this trade dispute. Goes bad. There's a bit of a fight that breaks out. It is calmed down, and then the Nabooian leaders go, all right, we are going to do a summit. And that is when they start bringing people here. And I think what we can do from there is assassination attempts on Boss Nass and Padme's.
Sure.
Yes.
Which
But yeah, I think
Or
that's a way
something
to
that seems like an assassination attempt, but really it's something else.
sure.
My pick.
But yeah, I think this is where we make our first big change.
yes. So
As your moderator, this is a friendly 1 hour mark.
thank you. Hello, Marn.
Hi.
Tell Mac we appreciated them.
Yeah, Mac went to do laundry.
Absolutely. All right. I like Claudia. Are we moving too far astray? Is there something you want to mix in at the moment, or something a direction you want us to be moving in that we haven't started moving in yet?
Not really. No, I think that keeping it on Naboo is a good idea, because I think that if we are starting with episode 1, don't have to do a myriad of fan service and make everyone relate to everyone, like you know, every Star Wars movie post episode 6
Absolutely.
has.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if we want to still have Maul, we can have it so that like the blockade does for galactic legal reasons, have to let diplomats through.
Yeah,
have to let Jedi
is
through.
like
Maybe
you
it's
cannot
like
fire on a diplomatic vessel kind of situation.
Yeah, like I've been watching Killjoys with our partners, and Killjoys are like sort of outside of the law. They're bounty hunters who have like no alliance to any government or anything. You get stripped of that when you become a bounty hunter. So maybe Jedi are a bit like that, where they have their only alliance is to the Jedi Order.
Okay.
So everyone knows that they are theoretically a neutral party.
I like that. And then
How true that is, of course, varies.
Yeah. Here is a question that, Claudia, I'm going to look directly to you for, because you're kind of the expert here. Where, and obviously maybe you have an idea already, but where do we want to put Hojas Equesh in here?
I think I still like the idea of like stumbling upon someone, you know? Like, I think that having some sort of rescue, like stopping Jar Jar's silly ass from getting run over by one of his own tanks. No, that's one of the droid tanks anyway. I think that
at the beginning when
I think that some kind of rescue is a good idea.
It could be at the beginning, Juliet.
Yes, specifically with the like, okay, something that Obi-Wan remembers from his Naboo childhood helps him like get through the blockade.
Oh, he's a childhood friend of Obi-Wan's.
Yeah, what if they're at like the space station, like around Naboo, looking down, and it's like, okay, they just blew up our ship, or our ship just got impounded as part of the like whatever. We're supposed to be able to get through. Droids attacking, Emerald Fate, whatever, and then Obi-Wan's like, wait a minute, my pilot friend, Hojas Equesh, let's get in your ship and go. Let's talk later. Equesh? Okay.
Equesh. I think here's what I'm thinking. It's like, if we are in these initial negotiations that go bad and people need to split from there, I think there could be a section where we have Obi-Wan leading the Padmes, leaving Boss Nass through this little area, through this like alleyway, and like going like, no, I know a way to go through. And he like opens up the back door to a restaurant. They go into the restaurant. This is where we get our Dexter Jetster kind of relationship. And Obi-Wan always knows where to eat, and that's because this is Equesh's family restaurant, and who runs it now? It's Equesh.
I don't love the restaurant
Brad
idea.
Pitt in Ocean's 11, where Obi-Wan is just always eating in every scene.
You're not a big fan of the restaurant idea.
No.
What should we? I mean, we could just save him from. We could just save him from gunfire. It could be as easy as that.
Yeah, and then it's like a like we thought that it was a random stranger, but it turns out to be my old friend. What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm. Saved from gunfire by Obi and Qui-Gon. Old friend of Obi-Wan. That's interesting, because like, what is the public perception of the Jedi? Are they like, how the fuck did you end up as one of these guys? Or is it like further from there? That's just an interesting thing that I'm just like, that's a intriguing morsel to dig on. And as we can keep kind of pathing out our movie and then come back.
Sure.
Come back to those scenes.
I think the next thing right here where I am, the Separatists do not love this idea. We can replace that with this.
Yeah, a noble attempts the traditional routes for aid and is failed by them. I mean, we can have more scenes between, more like more of the like.
But I think we can fill out those scenes. I'm just saying, like, if we are looking to fill out like the big ideas,
yeah,
I think this is the next big idea, and it goes here.
Okay. Do we think a Padme is hit in the assassination, or do we?
So here's the thing. I know that Juliet put out this pitch. I would like to pitch and this, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is, instead of Anakin moving to steal the Emerald Force or the Emerald whatever, I think it would be more interesting if, instead of like trying to steal this and like having him in this like position of, you know, he's what, 6 years old, 8 years old. I like the idea that the Emerald Fate is resonating with him.
Oh,
And
it's
the Emerald
being
Fate
called to him.
chooses him.
Oh, what if we do
We make Anakin not.
the chosen one?
No.
Yeah.
We make Anakin not 6 to 8 years old.
We can't.
Well, he's 9, first of all. And also, people always bring up an age difference. I'm going off for a sec. People always bring up an age difference between Padme and Anakin. They're 14 and 9. Like, by the time you're in your 20s, it's 5
That's
years.
nothing. When you're in your 20s, that's nothing.
Sure.
We can rewrite this story. Anakin does not have to be that young. I think bringing Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme's ages closer together allows them to be more interesting foils for one another and allows you to have more like question of what are their relationships with one another.
Sure. I think
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just all of that is like good details. I think that if we are looking at this from like a beat board like this, we just need to get this stuff down, and then we can sort of figure out those details and make adjustments as we figure out the details.
Can I
Yes.
what I am kind of tempted at pitching here is I want to move Qui-Gon Jinn dying up from the end of the movie.
Wow.
Ooh, like a 2/3.
I think
a 2/3 thing.
Qui-Gon dies, then you can get into the Emerald Fate being called to Anakin. Then you can get into like this mess of emotions and feelings that are happening. And then you have him, his childhood friend, and like this bad dude that he like goes to fucking mercenary school with, all kind of compartmentalizing. We just watched one of the guys die, and now this is getting called to this 11-year-old. Like,
sure. So the beats of the movie, we're sort of rearranging this, which is a noble attempts traditional roots and it's failed by them. Then Qui-Gon Jinn is killed at the behest of Darth Sidious, and then Anakin leaves his mom to join the Jedi. I like that. I like that as like a series of beats.
End of the movie.
Yeah, can we put the death of Qui-Gon Jinn just here? During the hit, Qui-Gon dies?
You're not wrong. Like Qui-Gon hits the hit there. I don't mind that. And then like we have our action beat, and then
let go. But we do lose how really, really awesome then the fight between Anakin, who has the Emerald Fate, and Qui-Gon, who doesn't, as Qui-Gon like, hey, listen, I don't even need a sword.
Juliet, you sound like you have a darling. You sound like you have a darling.
You came in here with a big thing.
Yeah, no, that's just saying. Like, I am happy to let it go. I'm just saying that's a thing that we are letting go by killing Qui-Gon
That's
early.
fair. We have
That's
other ways to get.
I'm coming to this in a collaborative sense.
I think there's other ways we can get cool shit with our legendary sword in the other 8 movies as we move forward. Like we are planting the flag in this. I'm really.
How do I?
What are we trying to do?
How do I do the? I'm trying to connect these two.
Okay, there's like little dots that show up, and then you drag from the dot.
There's little dots. Oh, okay. Yes.
I love you, Miro. Miro, I love you. So.
Okay, great. So we've got all of this. This is great.
This is a crazy end of the movie too, because
killed.
you do get a scene of like them going back to Tatooine and like, or not Tatooine, get them going to where Anakin's mom is. Maybe he doesn't know where she is, and like, we can still get the like, oh, she was the assassin that killed Qui-Gon kind of. Hold on, actually, she killing Qui-Gon is crazy, and then thus damning her son to like. Follow in the steps of the Jedi to me.
And she's got good reason to kill him too.
She's got good reason to kill him.
Yeah.
This is kind of cooking. This is fun.
So I like
that Anakin is not a prepubescent child. Just gotta get that on the paper somewhere.
Yeah. I think we go up to the top. We can put in some ages. We could say Anakin 11.
No.
13.
Like
we're removing the
14.
precociousness.
Make Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan 14, 15, 16. Like
14.
Okay. I think 13, 14,
that opens
15.
That opens
no,
the
wait,
door
he's the
for
young lover.
a-
He's the young lover. We can't make Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
can't make him
Let's
like
maybe not
15,
make
it's a little
him
much.
15 then.
Okay. Well, Padme
He
would
could be
be
17. It's still
Yeah,
gross,
yeah,
but it's not as
it's
bad.
still-
14, 16, 18. Anakin's 14. The Padmes are 16. Obi-Wan is 18. We get a nice like distance.
Padmes can be
between-
16 through
between-
17. Padmes can have a range.
Yeah.
This is great because it does open up the idea of like a polycule in the near future.
It does.
Uh-huh,
Which is important, I think. I mean,
Okay,
A
I'm gonna
massive polycule.
there's there's
pitch another
technically
thing
already
I
one on the
know
board.
to build up to. This is just an idea I thought of that we could propose. It would show up at the end of the movie,
Mhm.
which is everybody assumes that Anakin is a boy until he's like, what are you talking about?
Hey, the barber
At the end
just
of the
fucked her up really bad and gave her a bowl cut.
Just like, listen, I'm sorry, I'm like a servant slave from a desert planet who spends most of their time in spaceships. I don't have the fancy clothes and makeup that you do, Padme, but like, hi, sorry, I'm Annie. What are you talking about?
They call me Annie all day. Holy shit!
you
I'm not against it.
And then Anakin has to pretend to be a boy to join
the Jedi and move up the. Hold on, actually.
I do love that.
Hold on,
Okay.
actually. Hold on, actually.
Me, a lover of Tamora Pierce. Yes. Okay. You sold me. I was
He's
being a little-
accepted
I was-
because no one even questions. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I was a little iffy on it because I'm just like, we've done so much. Maybe we need to chill out just like a little bit. But yeah, I'm down with it.
I like
Let's
it.
do it.
I like it. Pop that note at the bottom here. I want to figure out some of the scenes that connect some of because we have our plot now. We have our plot of like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Does
two
it
Jedi.
end with killing Qui-Gon, or is that like
No, Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon happens in the
movie.
in the 2/3. Like Qui-Gon happens. We
Okay.
go through.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon
So there
dies.
are plot
We're gonna fill
after,
stuff
we
out.
just
There.
talked
The
about
movie
steps.
ends
Great.
with Anakin officially telling his mom that he's going to join the Jedi. Maybe maybe that's the only time we see Tatooine. Maybe she lives on a different fucking planet. Maybe he calls her, and he doesn't know that, or she doesn't know that the call is coming from
But-
like down the fucking block.
Wait,
I
no,
thought
no,
we were
no.
talking about Shmi killing Qui-Gon Jinn like 2 minutes ago.
Yes. But I
Yeah.
don't know if Anakin knows that Shmi killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh,
I think because what
Huh.
I'm pitching here, I guess what I'm thinking is like I'm imagining a helmet. You know what I mean? I'm imagining like a face covering situation. I'm
does he
imagining.
never train Anakin to be her like secret apprentice or
I mean,
anything?
she can't. He can't. I guess we don't
Okay.
know if Qui-Gon's death is near Anakin. I don't know. That's the thing we need to figure
Gotcha.
out. Is like, can Anakin, the only person who could tell that's my mom in that suit, is Anakin nearby, or does it happen away? Is Anakin the one that is able to out her, and so
Good question.
he doesn't? Like him saying, like Anakin saying goodbye, leaves his mom, doesn't says goodbye, like separates off from that. Like it could be a thing.
So- Pause.
Yes,
Pause.
I'm paused. I'm paused.
Pause. Okay, again, all good details. Let's try and nail out some like actual scenes here.
Okay.
The separatists. So in between, so we have. I think that we have a pretty good idea of what happens in between. The Queen calls for a summit, which is Anakin and Shmi arrive, Padawan Windu arrive. The separatists do not love this idea. Attempts at traditional routes and it is veiled by them. We've got it. So what happens in between a noble attempts traditional routes and someone is killed by the villain at the best of Darth Sidious? I'm pretty sure that like this should be around here.
This is appear to.
I was saying before the idea that that during this hit, which I would like to propose that is an actual hit and not it appears
Yeah.
to be a hit.
Agree. That's stronger.
That Qui-Gon Jinn maybe like even sacrifices himself for, wait for it, Boss Nass.
Okay, I like that because Boss Nass is
Yeah.
like the governor who connects to the rest of the galaxy. Here is their connection outside of Naboo. The Padmes are part of Naboo, but like Boss
Mhm.
Nass is the like, but that's Boss Nass's planet. You know what I mean? It's the mayor versus the senator situation.
Though I do think that Padme should be the ultimate ruler of Naboo, because I think that taking the rulership away from a woman and giving it to this frogman is perhaps not something I want to necessarily advocate for.
I'm not saying I'm taking
I would push against that, which is to say that like we're gonna just make the like young, attractive white humans all that we get to see as far as anyone's representative in the galaxy.
Well, here,
like,
let's
Star Wars.
Before we get too far into these weeds specifically, one thing I want to say is like, I do think that the Queen's Amidala, the Queen's Padme are like, the Queen Padme is like, that is true. I think I like our pitch of that. That fits with what we were pitching. We were changing character traits. Padme is the ruler of Naboo. I think having we don't know what the Galactic Senate looks like yet. We don't know what the galactic politics look like yet. The Republic, the Confederacy, anything of that. And so whatever Boss Nass is connected into, because I see them as joint rulers. I see them as one person handling all things domestic and handling all things foreign, and like working together in that way, which maybe is like the plan de jour of many planets, of like that many planets work in a daymare nightmare situation. But I'm not taking, I don't want to take power from nobody. I want it to be a situation where they work in tandem with each other, and maybe are even elected together in that way. And then like the four people representing Queen is a tradition through Naboo. And so that's always just been the case. But like once they got tied into intergalactic politics or galactic politics, that is where it's like, okay, well, hold on. Like, how do we now mix this in? Because does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. One of the scenes I want to put in, and I am kind of moving us slightly backwards really quickly, is I want to, for Maul and Obi-Wan meeting, as like people come into to Naboo, land on Naboo. I want a kind of like, I want them to see each other. I want a stern handshake. I want like like eye connection there. Like, what have you been up to? And it's like, wouldn't you like to know? Like, kind of shit like that. Like, I want them to have some sort of weird energy about them, because one of my favorite things with Maul is his obsession with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think we can change that from him being obsessed because he killed my ass to just like, I am obsessed with this boy in my class, and I'm obsessed with him in a way that is frightening.
Yeah, it's a very much like a rivals situation, like rival big brother like vibe. Cool. So I put in here Padme, Boss Nass appeared to be assassinated by Shmi, secretly hired by who the fuck cares. Qui-Gon Jinn gets a precog through the Emerald, whatever the hell, realizes this is about to happen, and the only way to prevent this assassination is if he dies. So he like literally decides to sacrifice himself again. So again, echoing that decision in the other movie as well, in the first movie as well.
I like that.
I like it.
And we get to see, I think, I like Qui-Gon sacrificing himself here as the Jedi aren't just full of like, hey, we see that there's hypocrisy within like the Jedi Order. And we see Qui-Gon Jinn, who seems to be like an earnest believer and have all this religious stuff and everything, go, actually, I'm going to like sacrifice myself in this way. And so we get like, I don't know, contradictions that you can chew on and write fiction about. Sure.
Yeah.
Real quick, Impern in the chat said Darth Maul is aware of the Qui-Gon situationship and is not on board for multiple reasons. Great. No,
absolutely.
That's being added. That's being added in. That
Can I also suggest that Ekwesh is exes with both Obi-Wan and Maul?
Great. How do you meet Maul? Actually, we don't need to get into that. He could just be like, you too? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Old friend of Maul. Exes.
Old exes with Obi-Wan. Yeah. Exes with Obi-Wan or exes with...
Also ex of Darth Maul.
Oh.
I guess not Darth Maul. His name.
All right.
Messy high school years.
Listen.
Sure.
I'm
Obi-Wan and Maul, not Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, for the record. Did I say Qui-Gon?
No. There's a lot of multiple stage names happening.
Yeah.
I think that we also, after we're done here, we need to create like a relationship map.
Yes, absolutely.
Like once we're done with this. Okay, so CIS. Remind me CIS again. What is this?
The Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Yes.
It's the
when
thing
your gender
run by
aligns with the sex you were assigned at birth.
It's when you're on this side of it.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, what just happened?
Sorry, I'm moving us to
great.
the side here because we are inching onto the episode 2 space.
Gotcha.
Okay, wait. Anakin leaves his mom to join the Jedi. Anakin. So who does Anakin reveal his gender to?
Yeah. We've transed Anakin, and I forgot about that.
Padme. Would it make sense to be like? Yeah. I like Anakin getting in there, whether it's for assassination or for something else, and being like, "Oh my God, here's this woman / these women who are everything different than me or whatever," and then like is spending time with her, spending time with Obi-Wan. Maybe the three of them are solving something or whatever. And maybe Padme makes the comment, and then Anakin's like, "No, I'm." That would be my
Padme
guess.
Makes the comment.
Yeah. So we have Padme Amidala. We have Padme Sabe. 2 other names.
Yeah, I wrote 2 other names just to
you were
riff off
Padme
of.
Kote and Padme Arajakala.
Arajakala, because Amidala is multiple syllables.
Honestly, fuck it. Yeah, both those work to me. Can you spell that for me?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we can also just copy it because it's written down up here next to the Padme.
Thank you. That just works. Where are we at? Padme's. Bingo. Scroll over here. Just gonna put it there. I like that. Annie gets taken to the sleepover, and she gets to grow. I think that's beautiful. All right, and that happens. That happens before a noble attempts the traditional routes for aid and has failed them, or is that after that? Is that kind of in our like?
Wait, is what noun are you?
Don't say Padme Ringo. Don't say Padme Ringo.
I think that the attempted assassination is like the center of the movie, and I also think that the current slave owners of Anakin get killed there. So Anakin is just kind of floating with no ownership. He's been like accidentally freed.
Well,
I think that's why, I don't know, Padme's can take him under their wing.
Let's change.
Yeah.
Do we want to like really
routes for aid and is failed by them to be a hit is put out on the leaders of Naboo, and it gets extremely messy.
Oh, so we get to change 2 of these?
We get to change 2 of them. Let's fucking.
And by keeping the dispute, we're able to shift around. I like. Yeah, this ends up being a bunch of different fights and scenes and moving different stuff, so we could get to see like how different people are doing things, and then Qui-Gon dies.
Okay,
somebody kills the slave owners. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so we're moving this.
Yes.
Why can I not grab this? Yeah, so we're moving.
I got it.
What is happening?
I got it.
We're moving this here. Someone is killed, and that's okay. So I'd like to pitch on the idea that the slave owners are killed.
Okay, talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have one as well when you're done.
Yes, yeah. So my pitch: slave owners not killed.
Okay.
My pitch: Padme and buys Anakin.
Weird.
Or the Jedi by Anakin.
Okay.
My alternate pitch is that during the chaos of the assassination, Ekwesh has taken notice of Anakin being a slave, and during the chaos of the assassination, he just like puts 2 in each of their heads. And it's like, oh no, we got another victim here.
Ekwesh fucking kills him.
I'm just not as into that. I don't think that like, I think for me, I want a really, really complicated. I want Anakin to have like a really complicated sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if someone else takes care of his problems, that makes it less interesting to me than someone forces him to be a part of something else.
Did you suggest that Padme or the Padme's by Anakin? Was that your suggestion?
Yeah, but I think I've revised it. My pitch is that like the Jedi by Anakin.
Gotcha.
That tracks.
Can I make a fucked up pitch or fucked up reasoning for the Jedi, or not the Padme by Anakin?
Yeah, absolutely.
How fucked up is that future relationship?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is like, that's exactly why I was like thinking, I'm like, this would be really, really fucked up if the Padme's by Anakin and then like give him to the Jedi.
I like that more than
it's Kote who buys Anakin, and it's Sabe that the Anakin falls in love with.
Sure. But yeah, they have to fall in love with all of the Padmes. But yeah, I like that idea. The Padmes buy Anakin and give him to the Jedi.
Because the Jedi in this situation, for those who have come in late, the Jedi, they are like a religious mercenary group of about 30 to 40 people, like small numbers. Like they're
the Knights of the Round Table.
They can fit on a spaceship. You know what I mean? And so pro-slavery Jedi, I don't know for saying that. I think what we are saying is like the Jedi are fucked up. The Jedi are fucked up in a way that they aren't like as fucked up in the movie, as loudly fucked up in the movies. I think
my pitch on that is less about like pro-slavery Jedi and more like the Jedi are willing to engage in the slave trade in order to achieve their own ends,
which is true. That's just how episode 1 goes.
Which is just how episode 1 goes. And also like the Jedi will probably think, again, pitching on episode 1, pitching on this idea, the Jedi will probably think like, oh no, he's not a slave anymore. Like we freed him, when like clearly there was still this like very clear and delineated, possession that has happened to Anakin.
Yeah.
Can I make a sorry.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I was going to ask if I can make a compromise pitch between my original idea and this idea, which I really like, which is after Anakin has been bought by the Padmes, during the assassination, Ekwash still just snipes his former owners.
I'm down for his former owners to get iced. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Like in secret, I'm totally fine with that. I just my pitch was very much about like, I want to fuck Anakin up.
Yeah, no, and I highly agree with that. After you said your piece there, I very much like it. I just
yes.
I want this horse boy more in there a little bit.
No, yeah,
you
gotta get the horse, the plural horse in there. I understand. I don't blame you. I like this idea a lot.
Cool.
My only thing is that I have an alternate for Ekwesh taking the shot, and it's Shmi doing it, and I don't know if you prefer that to Ekwesh. Ekwesh getting the Shmi was good.
I thought Shmi was killing
Qui-Gon. You're right, and if that's separate,
accidentally killing
Qui-Gon, if that's over there,
no.
Right. I wasn't sure if she got
let's just keep let's keep the horse boy doing his horse.
You're
thing.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Let him have a moment in the sun.
Is I ethically don't have a problem with this. I think if you're trying to make a movie with a relatively low rating, Ekwish doing this is murder. Shmi doing this is the evil person doing a revenge murder, which is obviously bad to kill your slave owners. Like one of those like code sort of things.
That's fair. I did say I wanted to work with the same things. However, I think we can push against it because we aren't releasing this movie. Okay. But I think that's
also the slave owners are bad guys. This is just killing bad guys.
Yeah.
True.
They are, but
the way
like
movies frame these things,
you can't show somebody murdering slave owners. Sort of like you can't do that and have a G rating or a PG rating, but you can have the bad guy do something and be like, "That's bad." It's bad because the bad guy did it. Even if we like hoot and holler and think that it's a good.
I think that if we wanted to do that, we could make it even like implied rather than directly stated. Like both of them,
2 gunshots come out of it.
I imagine 2
room,
slave
2
owners.
gunshots. Ekwish comes out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
figured
but also
more
like
the escape pod that like
also like
doesn't. Yeah.
also like in the first film in like episode 4, Han Solo does kill
Just ices a
Greedo
dude in real life. That is
Yeah.
true. They are
Yeah, just ices a
faster
dude.
and looser with this specifically.
And it is one of those things where it just feels like if we really wanted to spin it self-defense, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, we
My
can
point is
put it fully as a comedy beat where like they run into a room and like are trying to get out of an elevator to escape, and they're like both fighting to get into the elevator, and Equation goes blam blam and like fucking moves out. You play it as a beat, as a humor beat.
Just as a quick time check, you have just passed the 90-minute mark of the stream.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Okay.
So let's recount quickly like where we are at with our plot here and where we want to end, ideally.
Yes. Right now we are in the action scene that is coming out of the kind of like the spiral that happens as the summit, the Nabooian summit breaks down and becomes this kind of big ass firefight situation. I think that then like we are spiraling out of that. Qui-Gon gets killed by Shmi because he is protecting Boss Nass because he was given precog via the Emerald Fate. The Emerald Fate is called to Anakin, or like Anakin has the pull to the Emerald Fate there. That is what's going to come out after this. We have maybe Obi-Wan fully taking in Anakin and saying like, hey, like you are going to come join like the crew that I'm with, or something to that effect. And part of it being like because the sword clearly wants to go to you situation. And then from there,
And I also
we go.
No, you first.
And then we go. There are scenes that happen after that. We end on, in my head, showing up to Anakin's home where he originally lived to see Shmi, who has probably just gotten home herself, and finds out that her son is joining, or her daughter. We need to settle on Anakin's gender.
I don't think so.
Child Anakin Skywalker is joining the Jedi and having that like conflicted face on it as she watches them leave.
Do we want to give any specification whatsoever about what or who Darth Sidious is or who they might be allied?
Don't mention his ass at all. Who cares?
Listen, I did not write the post notes. I would never have put Darth Sidious as one of the main things here.
I forgot that Darth Sidious was written there.
He has the Darth Sidious.
I think we can absolutely have Shmi get a call from somebody off screen. Like not off screen, but like Shmi gets a call. We do not know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the phone is right.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, we need somebody to lose an appendage.
Equish.
Yeah.
Equish.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. In the firefight, yeah. Let me go grab.
I suggest a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equish does lose a leg.
2 legs or 1 leg?
One
2
leg.
legs? 1 leg.
Below the knee.
1 leg and 1 arm? Can I bend you
No,
up
I think just the leg.
Okay.
Below the
Someone.
One
So
leg
someone.
and an eye.
Wait. Sorry. Pause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is killed by the villain at the behest of Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
Was that Qui-Gon?
That's Qui-Gon.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Wait.
yeah, I guess.
Wait, this
It was an
note
attempt at
was
Boss
Qui-Gon.
Nass, but it ended up being Qui-Gon.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, we need to put that over here.
Yes. And then
Thank you for organizing, Lynn.
Then real quick, our quotes. There's always the bigger fish is a
Wait, I know we just moved all this stuff over. We should move this over here.
Wait,
right?
why?
Why?
Because a hit is put out and all the... Maybe not. It just feels like we're going very far laterally left and right.
We're swerving a little bit now. We're on the windy tail.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine.
I also think that losing the leg is a little bit later on. Like that's his comeuppance for this earlier.
I'm down for that.
Can Equish can Equish say there's always a bigger fish as he shoots a thing on Naboo that the slave owner, negotiator, whoever's are in, and they fall down and get eaten by a big
That's
big
really
fish?
funny. I think he can just do that to it. He can kill multiple people. People can come out of this movie going like, Equish was ice fucking cold in this. Holy shit. This
One of
guy
them was,
killing
one of
left
them
and
wasn't.
right. I can't wait to read the Equish prequel where he was rolling around Naboo as a cleaner for like the local gang.
Wow.
with Darth with Padawan Maul like there as his like damsel in distress.
Oh my god.
Teen Adventures of Equish.
Your Republic credits are no good here, I think is an easy thing to say during the summit. I think that is somebody like as the Republic comes in, as people are having these communications, I think a part where like things falling apart is the negotiations falling apart being your Republic credits are no good here. That makes sense to me.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I want to give this line.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give this line to Padme.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me more.
Hold on. Yeah, Lynn, continue on that for a moment.
Yeah. I think I want to give it to Padme. Oh my gosh, why can't I move this? I want to move this over here.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna
Why so?
copy in, not that we need, but some other quotes that I really like from the movie that we can see if we've got.
We only need to do these three.
I know, but
You're
it can
valid.
be fun to be like, where is now there are two of them.
That's true. That's true. What
Yeah,
context
but I think-
does Padme work this in? What is the scene that it plays out of?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where like if the separatists are there and if everyone's like at Naboo, I just like the idea of here we go. Here's the trick of this. Here's the big trick of this quote.
Mhm. I'm ready.
We make this about trust and honor and respect and not
Mhm.
about money. Your Republic credit is no good here.
I like
It's not somebody trying to be like, listen, we'll pay you this money to look away and abandon your principles or something. Gotcha.
I mean, that could be it. It could be that too. It could be like a double entendre thing where she's like, no, your Republic credit is no good here. And it could also be like, we don't trust you. Your credit is no good here.
We have stayed.
I think it could be like
we are
a
a
double.
free planet for a reason. We have not sided with the Republic. We have not sided with the Cis. We want no part in this, and both of you are trying to corner us into it. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so it's one of those. I think Equish says this when he thinks that the trade dispute is working.
He says it's working. It's working. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one works. That just locks in.
So we do not have to fit them in. I should change their color to a different color. But here's some good lines that I think of
Now
way too often.
You're banished because you were clumsy. I will not condone a course of action that would lead us to war. That just works for Boss Nass in the summit as they're dressing down the Republic.
Mhm.
You were right about one thing, Master. Negotiations were short. Very funny.
Now there are two of them. We could, the first time that more than one Padme is shown on screen, or we could do like a now there are three, now there are four of them. Like, guys.
Yeah, which a really funny moment where it's like, which one of you is Padme? And they're like, which one of you is Qui-Gon Jinn? Like, fuck you.
Yeah, eat shit. No, you're fucking this up. You don't get
shit.
it. You're off.
You don't get it.
You're in my house
We
now.
are Padme. Get fucked.
Okay. Does anyone have an idea for a scene? Like a scene they want to, if you were going through the chapter select of this movie, you'd be like, oh, I want to stop on this one. Claudia, hit me.
I want a scene after. I think that the Padme's buying Anakin happens earlier than right at the end. And I think that shortly after she's bought, they're bought, Anakin is bought. Man, I sound like a cis person. Fuck, I pronouns so much. And they pamper the hell out of her. Like this is like their new toy that they have bought, and they're having fun like dressing her up and like doing her hair and things.
We've made insane problematic Yuri Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. I also have a scene that I want to put here, which is Maul and Obi-Wan have to decide what to do with Anakin and the Emerald dildo.
What now?
The Emerald Fate. You can remember Fate. It's 4 letters. I promise. I promise.
That way, when you have the Emerald Fate and the Carmine Fate, we have the duel of the fates. Right?
I knew you with that.
That's my time.
Okay, well.
I got it. Mullen would have to decide what to do with Anakin. Yeah, do they let Anakin know that this is a fucking special lightsaber, or like do they not? Like is it like I'm keeping the fact that this thing is drawn to this kid and it's like one of a few holy relics that is being drawn to this kid. They can't know the weight of it until we get clearance, or is it like I think it's one of those things where they know it's special. They don't tell him it's special. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things that like that is a big part of like the next film. They can deal with that. Mm-hmm. But I think I like the idea here that Maul and Obi-Wan are the ones making the decisions here. Mm-hmm. Like Mace Windu never showed up. Qui-Gon Jinn is dead. It is Maul and Obi-Wan, and they are like one of a like 8. They are literally like 8% of the Jedi Order. Yeah.
And they are making this really big decision, and they're like, no, we don't need to take Anakin. It's not a big deal of like that he doesn't hang out with the Emerald Fate and like he just sort of wallows here with the Padmes. But I like the idea here that they are looking at this kid and they're like, he can help. Mm-hmm. Not he can be the chosen one, but I think he can help.
Yeah.
Well, we need to replace one guy anyway.
Yeah.
And did anyone other than Qui-Gon believe we should be putting this?
Yeah, should we? I don't want to lose the Emerald Fate. I don't want to lose the sword. We have one legendary sword. I'm not putting it up.
Yeah. I would love to, as a scene, somewhere. I think we've got space in this kind of beginning thing, or as people arrive. I'd like a scene of Padme and Obi-Wan sparring, while Anakin watches, whether or not they know Anakin is watching.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the idea of Anakin like peeping in on this.
Mm. Yeah, and like maybe presaging. Maybe the three of them do get to talk, or maybe it's episode 2 where that like, is that going to be a triangle? Who knows what's going to be happening? But I want to get that observation. And also I think it'd be really fun to have the Padmes against Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like,
that also shows the power level. Like that's good booking because it shows the power level of the Jedi, right? You have one Jedi, and 4 of them, and that's an even match. Like it's I'm compelled by that.
Yeah, and that also gives us like a lot of. I also like the idea that like I want to put where are you going to put that?
I placed it right here, but I don't know where y'all want it.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there is good. Everything's arrived. Like other people are doing a conversation. Obi-Wan's like, "Hey, I need to like inspect your defenses or whatever," and they're like, "We've got this covered." And Obi-Wan's like,
"Ooh, Impertinent.
Are you sure about that?" And then, gonna test.
Impertinent chat has another fucking killer from 3 shot here, which is the like. In the like Maul and Obi-Wan trying to decide what to do with the Emerald Fate resonating with Anakin, doing the do we reprise Qui-Gon's whole "I don't want the weight of its reputation to crush you" speech deck here. Obi-Wan giving that to Anakin goes insane.
Yes. Absolutely.
Can we even get "I don't want the weight of its, et cetera, to crush you. Like, we do reprise that, comma, but
Yeah, but you are gonna get. She is gonna get it.
we do acknowledge all of this, and be mindful of the present, and we need you in the present.
Okay. How do we like this arrangement where the scene Obi and Padme are sparring and he was watching it from far, Maul is also there, smiley face.
Yeah. Also, can we move this more vertically so that it's easier to read?
Let's take a second. Let's
really
stretch
good
this
idea.
motherfucker out. Let's get this in a in a reasonable uppies downies path here. I'm gonna move you down here. Let's grab these. Oh nope, the big red X.
Also, before with the Equish's leg, I was thinking that happens like later, like it's not an immediate consequence. It happens in like before the final battle, because I figure the assassination is the middle, and then we have to have a final battle, right?
Yes.
But I think the quote stays there.
Yeah, the quote can definitely stay there.
Yeah. Sorry. Fucking delete. Move you back up. Okay. Grab you two. Move you over here. Just kind of like.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Sorry, I am trying to make sense of this because the people in the next stream get to watch this if they want to, but also put it down, Lynn, put it down, put it down, drop it, drop it.
No. Okay.
Give me that. Put you back. We move things one at a time.
We're moving stuff down.
I know. Okay, gonna delete that whole line and just reapply it here. The next group gets to watch this stream if they want to, but also they're just gonna have the Miro board here to kind of like go through, which is gonna be crazy. I think we also, before we end tonight's stream, we have to like we can write the opening crawl for this one if we want to, but more importantly, we have to write the opening crawl that they're gonna work off of.
Sure.
I feel like we could spend 2 hours writing the opening crawl,
which is why I'm gonna truck us through it. We're gonna go paragraph by paragraph. What are the important?
Did you guys use the 2 side characters that you're legally mandated to use? Also,
we did. Equish and Shmi.
Yeah, Boss Nass,
and Boss Nass,
and Boss Nass. We used.
Okay, I'm just
3.
checking.
Marn. We're professionals, obviously.
How do we still end up going left to right? How did it still end up serpentine?
Well, it's at least less cramped now. I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on with the arrows before.
Let's not have the arrows ever go up. I think that will probably help the.
Yeah. Okay. So the original crawl that starts the movie is: turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. I think we can get something 3 paragraphs, that few lines, and we can make it hit. I think we can do that. We have the power. And so to start this motherfucker.
Did you write this out somewhere?
Yeah. Oh, I can actually just copy and paste
That's the original crawl.
Yeah, this is the original crawl, which I'm going to put above here. Bingo, right there. Above episode 1, all the way up at the top.
Pause. Juliet. Yep. What is Big Fish Kaiju doing in here? What's happening?
Wait, no. They mentioned the Big Fish Kaiju.
What's happening?
I don't know if it was how they ice the old owners, but I think they also kill other people like that.
Okay. Big Fish Kaiju has 2 appearances in the original Phantom Menace.
I do remember this. You are right.
I watched the first act of the movie again yesterday just for fun. I was like, wow, that Big Fish Kaiju showed up twice. And it's weird because it seems like a fish and is referred to as there's always a bigger fish, but it has like arms. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, which is why I describe it as like a kaiju. It's got like a big neck.
I think you are right. Let's see. Where is
I think that's that also fits Star Wars pretty well.
It does.
Having a big monster that eats something is in like basically all of the movies.
I think
Or at least the
Sure.
Sarlacc pit and the big monster in space with the womp rats or whatever inside it, the Minox, and the Rancors, and the trash compactor in the original Phantom Menace. While we think about the calls, we should also think about the title of this film, perhaps.
Well, let's do the last couple of beats here.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Like, what are some other scenes between like the assassination attempt where Qui-Gon dies?
I mean, we have to have. Does Qui-Gon get to say anything to Obi before he's off? Before he's exit scene left, or do we have? Does Qui-Gon see it happen? Is this like through a window instead of a barrier situation?
I don't think he's there.
You don't think he's there?
Yeah, no.
When does he
I
find
think
out?
he comes back and he's dead.
Is it after?
I like that.
I mean,
so wait, guys.
Yeah.
A hit is put out on the leaders of Naboo. It goes bad. This is where, he dies. Why do we keep putting him over here?
That's why I keep saying.
Yeah, hold on. Let's move this gentleman.
We need to
over here.
The hit was put out on the leaders of Naboo is also like, I don't know, a quarter of the movie, right? Like that's where a lot of the things are starting and then also continue. And
boom.
Can I say what I thought that we had established for the order here?
Yes.
For the points we have, hit is put out on Leaders of Naboo, and then Padme buys Anakin. Padme doll up Anakin, and then someone is killed by leaders alongside Equish, Ice's, Annie's new owners, or old owners rather. Pardon. And then the rest of it.
I think that works.
Like the two killings here happen simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay, but who gets killed by the villain?
That's Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Okay, so we need to put this over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just a hit is put out, tensions rise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, that was my bad. I was a little confused.
Do not worry. We are making a movie out of text on a board.
That's why we take time to communicate and establish, and we're doing a good job at that. So
wait, let's get this over here. Bing bong. Okay, and I'm going to attach this to this. Okay. Here, I want to figure out what it looks like when the famous lightsaber lands into gets with the three of them, gets with Maul, Obi, and Anakin. I want to know what that scene looks like. If it's somebody who's like, hey, like, yeah, he died saving us. Here's this. Oh, because Boss Nass knows him. So it could be Boss Nass. Like, we could have Boss Nass has been saved by Qui-Gon Jinn because of like sacrificing his life. Everyone has fallen back to a safe room, a panic room, something to that effect. There, Padme's and Boss Nass can tell Obi-Wan that Qui-Gon died. Give him the lightsaber, and it's like, that shit sucked, man. Sorry. And then we can have a proper Obi-Wan grieving, and I wasn't even there to see it. I didn't even know what happened. Like, I have to trust other people's words on it situation.
Why are we? Let's just put it up here.
Well, because it's not happening before that. It is that.
Yeah, these are
right.
Yeah,
that's what the arrow is for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. Yeah, the arrows will draw to there and pull those things in.
I just don't want people to get used by an arrow going up. Yeah.
Oh, totally. No, I feel you.
We'll put it over here.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, that's better.
So, is that okay?
Yes. This looks clearer to me now and was what my understanding was. Also, we just have this random Qui-Gon Jinn here. I'm going to remove that.
The errant Qui-Gon. Boss Nass and Padme.
Why doesn't this go for here then?
Anakin.
Because this is where the Qui-Gon and Shmi image is.
Well,
Sure.
yes. Dude, don't get too lost in moving everything around. We have a movie to finish.
Yeah.
This is
I'm not
movie
the only one.
That's
moving
true.
things
No, you're right.
around.
No, I'm not. Juliana was not yelling at you. That was to the party. That was to the party.
Okay, so let's talk. What other scenes do people want between the assassination where Qui-Gon dies and the end of the movie?
I mean, yeah, I think we got the thing that that Riley was just fishing there. The Boss Nass talking, Maul and Obi-Wan talking, and Anakin revealing. Anakin has to have revealed as a girl
Well, has already
to Padme
happened.
earlier.
That's happened.
Yeah, I think that happens during
only
the
to Padme. I don't know if Maul and Obi-Wan know. Because
maybe
can't
they
know
find out
because of
movie too.
the way the Jedi Masters and Jedi Knights are set up,
And
as we've set up with me.
Why would they even ask?
Why would they
This
even ask?
this
Sure.
counting the Force, therefore, must be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Pretends to be a boy in order to become part of the Jedi Order. I've put it down here.
I like that.
I think that there's got to be some sort of resolution of the blockade.
Yes, I agree.
Is it
Padme and takes control here? Is it, Boss Nass decides, fuck this. Actually, I don't want to risk my life. And Padme is like, well, we'll risk ours. Fuck you.
Or is it a situation where the blockade is pushed back? Is it a situation? Do we set Obi-Wan and Maul loose on a series of spaceships, doing just fucking it up in a big semicircle, meeting in the middle?
Do we have Mace Windu and or the rest of the Jedi, like Richard the Lionhearted, come in and break the blockade? And it's like,
Therefore, showcasing the strength of the Jedi.
Yeah, and if you get all of us in one place, we can do a lot. But it turns out some of us are mortal, and et cetera, et cetera. I think I like the idea of Padme and taking some decisive control or whatever, and being like, "Oh, I'm willing to use our cannons to shoot at the ships as the Jedi come in, or give them air cover, or our characters do some pivotal actions on the ground." To give the opening for the Jedi to come in and destroy the blockade.
Yeah. Here we go.
I like that. I also love the idea of 40 Jedi descending upon a entire fleet and fucking
10.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, not even the whole crew's out here.
Literally just 10 of them.
16. Yeah, 10.
And they just vivisect a fucking fleet is crazy, because it's well, that's why everyone kind of bends into deference to these guys, and this isn't necessarily a good thing. This is scary.
Yeah.
And Qui-Gon Jinn and Rugor Nass, two of perhaps the loudest voices for peace or for not war, are now being replaced by the new generation, or just having their voices, as Padme takes more control over Naboo and everything. It's these movies are called Star Wars, not Star Peace. So we're going to start out by having people who say it's better not to fight war, but then you're good at fighting war. What's the rest of these movies going to be like?
Yeah, I think this is when Equish loses his leg.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I agree.
That makes sense.
Easy peasy.
I like a lot of it.
How about a spaceship gets shot out of the air and it crushes his leg as it crashes?
Yeah. However you want to do it.
I like that.
Go forth.
Are Maul
There's
and
40
Obi-Wan
children, and Equish loses a leg saving 40 children.
Maul and Obi-Wan don't get involved in the final fight. They are stuck terrestrial.
Yes.
I don't know.
With Equish.
With Equish.
And the Padmes.
They're doing something on the planet, but this big ransacking of the fleet happens without them.
Yeah.
And there is something about that I don't know if it stings or if it shows a distance between them and it.
Yeah. Here. This is how I'm gonna do it. And then we'll put Padme and
because like
Julia,
Padme can
what
be
you got?
because Qui-Gon died, and we got this over Lamb or whatever. Could Obi-Wan and Maul be basically like chasing Shmi away without knowing who she is? Like that's what they're doing. They're like
It's a
chasing
pursuit.
away the assassination threat because we have
because they're not near it. They'd happened a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, Shmi's.
I like them. I like Shmi just getting the fuck out of there. I like her in and out in the night.
Oh,
and leaving Anakin as like a decoy.
There's a second separatist. There's a second separatist assassin, Jar Jar Binks, and they fight him in this final fight.
Yeah, I like that. Also, I like
I
the
don't
idea
want to
that we
think
do
either
not.
of you are being serious.
I like the idea that we don't know that Shmi is Anakin's mother yet. We just see her there, and then like at the end of the movie where he goes to visit her and tell her that he's going to become him lesbian is going to be becoming a Jedi.
Yes.
It's like in Spider-Man Homecoming where he like opens the door to his prom date's house and the vulture is her dad.
I forgot about that. That shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I like that movie a lot.
I like one of the enforcers that we've seen throughout the movie who's like been there and making things worse is Jar Jar Binks, and we can put him into scenes. He's in other scenes in the fucking movie. He is part of this fight that Obi and Maul get to do. They don't get to take part in the big cool fight up top, which is like because that's only the Jedi Masters or Jedi Knights or whatever level that top level is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more that like they're just grounded. They're just on Naboo, and they have to deal with shit on Naboo, while Mace Windu and everyone else. Okay, so this is sort of like the two divisions of like how the final act takes place. Is like in space. Wait, here we go. Naboo receives word that the Jedi are coming to help. And they're like actively actually like happening. So we'll put this. How about we put it here?
I am not going to fight you all on this. I think it is I feel like it is not just having Obi-Wan and Maul be grounded here feels more like a TV show thing than a movie thing. We've had these characters, the characters could or should be doing something other than just watching.
Well,
they are.
We have them.
They are
clearing up separatist forces on the planet.
Okay, gotcha.
They're not like watching just like the lights and the stars, which maybe they are. Gotcha. Maybe they clean up the separatist forces quickly and then get to look up as like the night sky is awash in turbo laser fire.
I also, if we're including Jar Jar, then Jar Jar represents like there are Gungan separatists, which I think is like an interesting kind of idea that the Gungans are not all one note, despite Rugor Nass uniting the clans. There's a video game you can play about this. It's fun. It's not necessarily even canon to this or even to real Star Wars, I don't think. But that's the way most of the Gungan stuff goes.
Cool.
I need a snappy first line for this. Hold on. Yeah, first scene. I have the tensions between the Republic and the Separatists threaten to pull the free planet of Naboo into their war. The local
is this crawl for 1 or 2?
This is crawl for 1. I'm writing the crawl for 1 of like to give.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Where are you writing the crawl for 1? I'll stop fucking around down here.
The word episode 1. I also had to find it. Up.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
By the way, crawl is above that.
Okay. So tensions.
Claudia, what was that?
So sorry.
We never resolved the battle down here. What happens in the battle?
Oh,
Jar Jar died?
They fight, they win. But no, that's a good point. We did not resolve the battle. I did not mean to pull everyone away from that. I was moving up to consider that while y'all were cooking on the final battle.
Oh no, I thought we did. Which was like Mace Windu leads the charge. They destroy the blockade. Padme, Ekwesh Maul, and Obi-Wan have to cover for the Jedi to break through the blockade on Naboo.
To like break through the Separatist forces there.
Yeah, and then they all sort of like show up on Naboo, and this is when they're back on Naboo.
They hold the Qui-Gon funeral.
Cool. My dog is here. Can you see her?
Hello.
Just a tail. Just a tail.
Just a tail. Just a little tail. She's coming to say hi.
Maul and Obi-Wan, decide to do with that. We have Qui-Gon's funeral. We have the Order accepting Anakin into it. And then we have Anakin going home to tell their mother that they are going to become a Jedi.
Hi, Zigzag.
What's her reaction?
I also
wait. What was that? What? I think Shmi's tilted. Shmi is like, "That's nice, honey." Like has that is clearly going through a lot of emotions on it, and is like a little furious about it. But I think that she keeps a lid on it because she's a professional assassin, and is able to lock that in. And I think maybe this is like we get the reveal of oh, that person who killed Qui-Gon, I recognize that face. She's here. What does that mean?
Yeah.
How is she here? What's all that? We don't need to dig into any of that. That's for the next movie to figure out.
I think we could do a thematic parallel or foiling or something of a sense of why not me? Which is something that Obi-Wan has early on with the why not me get the sword instead of putting it down and everything. And Shmi feels potentially towards Qui-Gon with your master trained you but wouldn't train me, and I had to steal the information I could and everything. And then Shmi looking at her child getting trained, potentially going to go train with the Jedi, and Shmi going, oh, why not me again? This is this thing keeps happening in a way. Why do some people get to be Jedi and not others? Could start as a theme and then perpetuate potentially in other places. As far as the crawl goes, I want to give other people space to talk, but I have a idea for
the crawl. I'm just typing. I want to make sure Claudia is happy with the closing or has any notes before the closing before we move up there. I was just typing to have more text on the board before we approached it.
Great.
What happens to Separatist Jar Jar?
I think Obi-Wan and Maul cut his shit down.
Okay.
He appears to die.
He gets cut in half and falls in a hole.
Yeah, people can bring him back if they, for some reason, really want to. But for all intents and purposes, he dies too. Maybe to Obi-Wan and Maul together, doing the double lariat in Naruto.
Yeah. Wrestling. Yeah. I know the double lariat.
Yeah. They do it to Hoshigaki. I can't remember his other name. The sword guy, the fish guy.
Oh boy. Okay. Fuck yeah. All right. I need to go. I can do Miro. Okay. Turmoil has engulfed the galactic. So this is the original crawl
one. The one that
I want to label that.
The initial beat that I have is tensions between the Republic and the Separatists threaten to pull the Free Planet of Naboo into their war. Governor Rugor Nass and the Queen Padmes have called for the assistance of the Jedi Knights to help moderate their disputes with the Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Surely, in this tense, it should be Queen's Padme.
Yes. Did I not write that?
Yeah.
You're
that's what it says.
Queen Padme's, and so I was changing it to
Yes.
Padme, Secretaries General. Yeah. Do we want to? Yeah. This is interesting, doing tensions between the Republic and Separate. So it's not necessarily actually something about Naboo is the source of, or one of the better economic sources of X resource or something. It's no, Naboo just happens to be.
This is happening across. To me, this is happening across the galaxy. Is planets are being forced to choose a side between these two forces, and they are getting pulled in.
Can we have tensions between the Galactic Republic and the Separatists? Just be this is in space.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I do. Well, the thing is, it already said Star Wars at the beginning, which helps lead to the space. Right. But I do hear you.
It is a galactic civil war turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. I do think these are
Riley, get out of there.
Backed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know
we
what
should
they're doing.
turn this into like a text box per sentence.
Text box per sentence. Honestly, not a bad.
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like this needs a sharp first line. Like the turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Could this mean war?
Could this mean war is a interesting one that I don't not like. Yeah.
Tensions between the Galactic Republic separatists threaten to pull the free planet of Naboo into their conflict. And that way we're not saying war twice. Yeah.
Vertigo, that's stuff that we are going to find out in the next movie or in the future. We're telling you there's a war. Someone else's fucking job to figure out what that war is and why. We are focused like Naboo being the center for this means that the next movie is forced to kind of expand out and figure out what is going on in the wider scale.
Or they throw it all away.
Or they throw it. I'm fascinated because we're gonna after we write this, we are giving them a crawl for their movie.
Also, we do move the character traits that we create into the slots for
we get to establish the second character trait of what we are moving forward for each of these guys. So we are in our wrap up stage. Claudia, do you have an idea of what is an important thing to set up if you are walking into this movie? I guess the other thing would be the scale of the Jedi Order, maybe, but I guess that's told at the end. You don't need to know the scale of the Jedi Order when you walk into this. That doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Lynn has going so far is good.
Do you want to?
Though.
Oh yes, though.
I think overwhelming forces loom or threaten over free planets should have an exclamation point.
Because yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And let me, while Lynn is working on that, I am going to. Who would like to take a razzle dazzle at the new crawl for the next group?
New crawl, which was there is in Western Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. This separatist movement, under the leadership of the mysterious Count Dooku, has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. Senator,
so real.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, good.
I don't know if it makes sense that we write theirs.
Yeah, because
like we got to write ours. My
idea would be that they would have this, since we are building the foundation of there to go on. We are handing them this as like this is the points you need to go into this. But maybe you're right. Maybe it is a situation where like, no, you're right. I like that. I think you are correct. We are giving them too much. So
yeah, because they already have all of this to work on for the foundation. In my mind, it's like they can write their own crawl at the end of theirs.
You're right. I like that. So then,
I just saw that the stream is labeled English LGBTQ permadeath.
I can die at any stream at any point, and I'm gone. I got one chance to stream on this earth, and I'm spending it.
It's also funny because Star Wars Episode 1, not a permadeath story.
Well, God. So, okay, while Lynn's continuing to cook on that, I'm going to come to Obi, Anakin, Padme, Sheev, and Jango over here on the left side here for Attack of the Clones to write one of our things forward.
Main character? I guess he's
a main character, yeah.
He's a main villain.
For Anakin Skywalker, has to hide who she is in order to rise the ranks of the Jedi, in order to wield her legendary weapon.
I wonder if we could also put a note for like Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, like whatever ages you put them as.
Anakin, we have the ages written here. Like we have the ages written down.
Just to make sure that the people next time know that that's what
It's also funny if
their relative.
It is also funny if they fuck it up is the thing, but I do hear you. Let me I will jot the I will pop these down here.
Okay.
Mostly just like
before we go back up and we make these adjustments. Here's what I have for the crawl. Overwhelming forces threaten flee planets. Tensions between the Galactic Republic and the Separatists threaten to pull Naboo into their war. Governor Rugor, Nass, and the young Queens Padme have called for the assistance of Jedi Knights to help moderate their disputes with the Confederacy of Independent Systems. They sent 2 knights, Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh, I'll edit that. Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi arrive to support peace and independence. Meanwhile, the Hutt see an opportunity to destroy the foundation of the small religious order that has terrorized the galaxy for millennia and have dispatched their own elite assassins to interfere.
I would like to get rid of the phrasing terrorized, but I like where your head is at. That have...
We just say policed the galaxy?
Police,
because
I think, carries both terminologies. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. That rules. That comes up on the screen. That goes up in the line. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
I do also think that for traits that we carry over, I want to take the very cool plural singlet idea that the multiple queens. That feels kind of non-negotiable based on everything else.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I completely agree with you.
Non-negotiable to us.
Yeah, they could kill 3 Padmes in their next movie, but then they
do kill one at the beginning of that movie.
They do.
Okay, wait. Padme's Madonna. What are her other names?
Oh, they're listed over here under if you go up towards the thing, it's Padme, Sabe, it's Amidala, Sabe, Kote, and Orjakala. Okay.
I'll fix that
like Santakalu, the Tokipona word for raccoons and mammals like that.
True.
But also not at all like that at all.
What do we want to bring forward for Obi-Wan? And then we get to create a fact for Sheev and Jango.
We really get a lot of power being the first people to do this.
We really do. And that's kind of why I wanted to be here in the first one.
I feel like useful for them to know is the former lover of
he's
the former young lover of Qui-Gon Jinn or something like that. Assuming they aren't even going to read the thing on top. Yeah.
I mean, I think that they'll read the thing on top. I think that I think that putting him as the former lover is like no longer as interesting as who he is now.
Right. Sure. Right. Okay. Gotcha. And we can just straight up write something.
Once again, queen for
is he like saddled with a massive responsibility he never asked for? That's great. Willing to use charm and deception, so we get the charm part.
So can we write something else in here?
You can write something because, like, for Anakin, I've written has to hide who she is in order to learn how to wield her legendary weapon.
Excellent.
Could we say something about like Obi-Wan has like vouched for Anakin, or something about Obi-Wan's relationship to either Anakin or Padme or something?
I have a pitch.
I'm ready to hear your pitch.
I have a pitch.
Great.
Obi-Wan and Maul have assumed mastership over Anakin.
Great.
They are both Anakin's master.
I like that.
I like it.
I'm keeping Maul here. I'm doing it.
That's so important. That's so important.
That boy's sticking around.
Can we say like Obi-Wan and Night Maul or like something?
We can say Maul. If they want to know more, they can watch the movie.
Obi-Wan and fellow Jedi Maul have assumed mastership.
Yes,
Jedi Knights Maul and Obi-Wan. Claudia.
I would also like to suggest that the title for this one be The Force Awakens. I think that Rise of Skywalker doesn't make sense for this one because Anakin isn't really rising here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think that's a great
intuitive
title.
Man, you know what? There's also a really ironic, it would be really, really fascinating if this was titled The Last Jedi.
I was just, Lynn, thank you so much. I was thinking, yes, tell me more.
If we imagine that Qui-Gon Jinn is the last Jedi,
Maul and
we sort of
and Obi are breaking off.
We imagine
everybody else isn't doing it, right?
Everyone else
is doing Star Wars, not Jedi.
Yes, Star Wars and not Jedi, and we sort of established that where he thinks beyond the order and constraints. Obi-Wan is being taught by a dissenting radical. If all of this, every single episode after this deals with the fact that the last Jedi died 30 years ago. The last Jedi died on Naboo. And Shmi killed him.
That's crazy. I kind of like The Last Jedi as the name of the first fucking movie. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
think it's also I also think it's a really bold move, and a lot of people will expect, The Force Awakens, A New Hope, those are the kind of the things that you would expect for number one in a series. And I think The Last Jedi, speaking to Qui-Gon Jinn, is the last good Jedi, the last great Jedi. Good stuff.
No true Scotsman, The Last Jedi.
Okay, we need to come up with
yes. Important trait for Jango Fett.
I have thought we could put Jango Fett in here. We could just put a sitting member of the Jedi Council under Jango Fett and just fucking walk away with our hands up about that.
Can I make a different suggestion?
Yes!
Absolutely.
A financial sponsor of the Jedi Council. He feeds money into it.
Oh no, you guys have frozen for me.
Oh, we're all still moving on stream. So he's a financial sponsor of.
He's an investor, he's maybe an angel investor into this temple. He's a donor.
A mercenary is gifted a son for massive service.
So I really like that.
And an angel investor for the Jedi Order.
Lynn?
Yeah. As long as we keep him that he's a mercenary, an angel investor for the Jedi Order. That's badass.
Money off of war stuff. The thing I was going to suggest for Jango Fett is that they are also doing the thing Anakin is doing.
Also a trans angel investor for the Jedi Order.
The sweet Polly Oliver.
We can't determine that. That's for the next people.
That's for you're right. They still get to delete a trait.
Okay. I just
they still get to delete a trait. A master schemer.
Juliet, you just want to say.
Yeah, if the Jedi are, let's see here, have policed the galaxy for millennia, I don't really think you can be an angel investor to something that's been around for millennia.
I think maybe he's gotten this is the new order, right? This is Qui-Gon is the last Jedi.
Because if
the Jedi have changed,
order, you could even just be lowercase modern Jedi Order.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Contemporary.
I just don't want. Yeah.
What is Sheev's new shit? What does Sheevan bring to the table?
He's got a tail.
Sheev is doing a thing where it's really difficult, where he's going to be bringing gifts for Life Day celebrations all across the galaxy. Let's turn Sheev Palpatine into Santa Claus.
But we still have a master schemer with more irons in the fire that we see playing both sides of the war.
Yeah.
Lynn.
I want Sheev to be a Jedi.
I'm not against
already established as a Jedi.
New Jedi, old Jedi.
Yeah, open. Ooh.
Did he
leave
before Qui-Gon?
He left the Jedi Order. Yeah, he left the Jedi Order before Qui-Gon.
Before
And
Qui-Gon.
this was
Before
another
Qui-Gon
question.
died.
Do we have any interest in locking in who Qui-Gon's master was?
We could make it be Sheev.
Is it Dooku? Is it Sheev? Is it Yoda? Like it could be Sheev. Sheev could have like this weird history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we do that, that means that it was Palpatine and Shmi who got together, which is just like not very interesting to me.
That is true. That is true. I forgot about that aspect.
Okay, I take it back.
Take it back?
I don't like this pitch anymore. I think we need something better.
Okay. It's so funny that Dooku is not.
Yeah, Dooku. Because listen, he's in like 2 seconds of the movie. Listen, we had to make some tough cuts of this. If you scroll down to episode 5,
A master's key.
it's upsetting. If you scroll down to episode 6, it gets more what is it? Episode 4. Episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, Han Solo, not a main character in episode 6.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
It's no worries. Just curiosity.
We had to make.
How do we complicate? The problem is like Palpatine is such a good character, and it's hard. It's really, really difficult.
Give him a tail. That's his last character trait.
A tail is good or fine. I do think connecting him to either one of these named characters or unnamed characters, or like, sure, he's playing both sides of the word, but is he Padme's, mentor as the Padmes move into a galactic scene? Is Palpatine like the Speaker of the House in the Galactic Senate?
We could just cement his political position and say that he is he's pushing for the Padmes to be brought to this galactic scale.
Do you have a reason for one of these characters, whether they're one of these or a side character, to go talk to him?
He could be collecting the fucking Jedi artifacts.
Damn it, Riley! I was just about to fucking say that.
He could be doing some Thrawn shit.
Yeah, Anakin. We should all go talk to while we're here. We should go talk to somebody who knows the history of the Emerald Fate, who knows the history of this stuff. And
I would say that this is like a secret obsession of his. So we can sort of imply for the next folks that like he can reveal this to Anakin and like get like the, be scheming about it. Has a secret obsession with the ancient Jedi artifacts.
This is crazy.
Because I don't want to hint too much with this that Palpatine is evil Sith Jedi.
Yes.
We haven't even touched on the Sith. We totally sidestepped the Sith in our film.
Which
I think is incredible.
If I were on the board, I'm not giving any suggestions because that's their whole thing. Mm-hmm. I think the new Jedi Order like becomes the Sith.
It does feel like that.
Ooh.
It does feel like that.
They rebrand.
There is so much interesting stuff that we have kind of formatted and laid out. I think we have a new Star Wars that is familiar in ways that I want it to be while also being drastically different. I am excited about what these next steps forward are. I love the path of our movie that we've kind of built here. It kills. It goes ripshit. It's awesome. I cannot wait to see what the fuck episode 2 looks like, because that's gonna be a whole nother crew looking at what we have here and doing their own dance with it. Awesome. I imagine a Padme on every planet, on every system.
On every planet.
Right, guy?
Like Mayor Mamdani, Padme, like a Mamdani on every planet. Love that.
Padme is my king. You have to look at this. There are potholes here.
Eventually, who knows? Maybe the Padmes will have to like deploy to different, like they aren't together, and so then they have to like make decisions and like communicate across different planets that they're on. Who knows?
This is crazy.
Great opportunities.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else they would like to say or add before we wrap for the evening?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Lynn
first. Yes, we'll go in vertical order.
My vibe here was just like, I want Riley to read out the scroll.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
go through all of our episode.
Yeah, fucking.
That's it.
let's final summary.
Okay, but before we get there, I just want to spend 10 seconds on a line that does not have to be included, but I mentioned earlier the idea of mexploitation, but as a queen of Naboo.
Yeah, you didn't get into that.
And just very, very briefly, I was writing stuff out, and this like Padme voice come in my head, which is like, I am the wishes, hearts, and minds of my people. I am 1,000 wills manifest. I must be, and therefore I am, even if I must grow to contain those many things. The idea of like, what if you surrendered yourself to be a weapon, but not a weapon that goes pew, pew, but a weapon that deals with trade disputes? What if you became the mayor and you always wear the mayor costume everywhere you go because you are now in like, what if that involved entering into a personhood with multiple other people? Sounds like a fun, weird sci-fi stuff to me.
That click. I like that.
Lynn, in your reorganizing here, can I suggest that Anakin revealed as a girl goes between Padme buys Anakin and gets dolled up? Because
I fucked this up. You're right. I've messed this up. Let me fix this. Riley, let me fix it.
I'm fixing it. You're too slow.
I just wanted to fix it. You're right. I'm sorry, Caitlin.
All right, it's 2 hours 30 minutes. Riley, do the summary.
Overwhelming forces threaten free planets. Tensions between the Galactic Republic and the Separatists threaten to pull Naboo into their war. Governor Rugornas and the young Queens Padme have called for the assistance of Jedi Knights to help moderate their disputes with the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi arrive to support peace and independence. Meanwhile, the Hutts see an opportunity to destroy the foundation of the small religious order that has policed the galaxy for millennia, and have dispatched their own elite assassins to interfere. We open up on Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan looking down at Naboo from a bedroom window. One last job before Qui-Gon gets to hang up the Emerald Fate, his legendary lightsaber, a Jedi artifact of which there are very few. Obi-Wan Kenobi and him engage in some pillow talk. Why don't I get your fancy sword? Oh, it's just you don't really get it because the religious stuff. You'll figure it out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna hang it up. It'll be fine. We gotta go see my boy Rugor first. They go down. There's a blockade of Naboo by the Sith. Naboo, no trade in or out. Diplomats must be let through or else, so that way the Jedi are allowed through as well. They are brought there as diplomats from the governors, or the ruling class of Naboo. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon oversee a trade dispute, and it goes bad. There is gunfire. It's a whole fight. They meet Obi-Wan's old ex, Ekwesh, who is a plural horse. And then they go to the next scene where the Naboo government calls for a summit of galactic forces, driving all factions to Naboo for a palace intrigue plot and setting up a pressure cooker situation, including Padawan Maul, the classmate of Obi-Wan. Maul is obsessed with Obi-Wan, and in a way that is weird. However, Maul is also aware of the Qui-Gon relationship and is not a fan. The summit begins to break down, and then the summit begins to break down. The Hutts show up as well. Anakin and Shmi arrive as servants of the Anakin Skywalker and his mother Shmi show up as servants of the Separatist Hutt diplomat / negotiator. Obi-Wan and Padme spar. Anakin watches from afar. Wow, this is so weird. The Separatists do not love the idea of this peace talk, and so they try to force their hand by putting out a hit on the Naboo leaders. The Confederation of Independent Systems put that out. Tensions begin to rise. Things start to break out of control there. Padme goes to Anakin's owners in the Hutt, buys him and gives him to the Jedi. Some people in this chain might think this as freeing Anakin. Anakin reveals that they are not a young boy to Padme. Padme then begins to doll up Anakin like a new toy. Problematic Eerie times 1,000. Someone is killed at the behest of Darth Sidious. That someone is Qui-Gon Jinn. Shmi Skywalker, who is a assassin paid for by the Hutts. Is a pieced together training she had from Qui-Gon Jinn's master, because she and him had a thing going on, but he wouldn't train her because, you know, she couldn't be a Jedi. And so she took a bunch of that information and went off herself to like do her own shit. And part of that was being an assassin. She goes to kill the Naboo leadership. Qui-Gon, because of his magic, his legendary lightsaber, who gives him additional precognition, is able to see that happens, sacrifices himself to save them. Everyone fuck, and then Equish ices Anakin's old owners. Just fucking gets their ass. Also, there's a spot with a giant big fish kaiju. There's always a bigger fish. Boss Nass and Padme tell Obi and Maul that Qui-Gon jived, give them the lightsaber, and Obi-Wan gets to grieve a little bit, but they also see that the lightsaber is calling to Anakin. Naboo receives word that the Jedi are coming to help. There's a big space battle where 10 Jedi show up and absolutely decimate an entire blockade. It is crazy. Padme, Equish, and Maul provide cover for the Jedi to break through the blockade on Naboo, including taking out some of the ground forces led by a Jar Jar Binks and gets his ass cut in twain. Then Maul and Obi-Wan decide to bring Anakin to the Jedi, and so because of that, Anakin has to hide who she is in order to do like a Mulan situation to rock with the Jedi. Then they all go back to Anakin's home to talk to Shmi, to explain to her like, hey, this is happening, like I'm going to be the Jedi, because she didn't know, and she's not thrilled with the idea, but hides it well because she's a fucking professional. Equish loses his leg as a crashing ship lands on his leg.
Can I do one small change here, which we established before?
Yes.
We have Padme buys Anakin and gives him to the Jedi up here, when I think she gives him to the Jedi down at the end.
Yes, she buys Anakin there and gives him to the Jedi down there. Yes. Absolutely drop that in there.
Uh-huh.
A lot
Padme.
of toxic Yuri in this. All right.
Oh, wait. Okay, we did forget something.
Yes.
But it's fine. It doesn't have to. It can come up in later movies.
Yes.
Which is like maybe the problematic Yuri and also the problematic Yowie and all of the other things can stand in for this. We don't have like any brothers or sisters kissing in this one.
That comes in episode 4. That comes later.
That's
Okay,
later.
gotcha.
Actually comes in episode
I'm pretty
5.
sure that Maul and Obi-Wan are gonna. I'm pretty sure that Maul and Obi-Wan are gonna call each other brother and make out the next film. So I'm not worried about it.
We'll see what happens there. This has been fantastic. Thank you for joining us for the first Rewrite Relay. We have 8 more of these to go, and it's going to get fucking. Hang on a damn second. You have recreated Gideon the Ninth. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. It's been wonderful to have you here.
We have not. I assure you, we have not.
Riley, I'm setting up a raid, by the way.
Thank you so much.
And it doesn't. Yeah.
Lynn, Juliet, Claudia, thank you all so much for joining me. It has been a blast. I have loved to talk through this with you, and I'm excited to see when you come back in your individual episodes. You will see, I think, everyone on this call again, but in different configurations. And so I can't wait till Lynn and Claudia re-meet at episode 6, I think. And y'all get to see what the fuck happens there. But until next time, my friends, if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you too. We will see you in the future. Fucking bad fucking podcasts. Juliet, where can they find you?
Folly Persist must be still on the internet.
Lynn, where can they find you?
Lynn Kadega everywhere. Also, Rascal.news.
Claudia, where can they find you?
Punkdyke on Blue Sky, PUNKDYKE. Can't believe nobody had that at, and can't believe I was not the one to suggest plural stuff for this rewrite.
It was already there. We found the horse. Day 1, pack 1. They spoke to you. Thank you all. I am ending the stream. Goodbye.
Until next time, doubt thou the stars are wars.
May